Psychologists have told us that up to 70% or more of the beliefs that we acquired as children are negative, disempowering, limiting, and self-sabotaging. I say 70% of your program is from beliefs that undermine all your power. And then we walk around saying, I'm a victim, my genes are killing me, nature isn't supporting me. Well, it's time for that victim idea to end, because we now know that we are all very powerful people, that our beliefs and attitudes about life are shaping not just our internal biology, but are shaping the life that we experience in the world outside of us.
My wake-up came when I realized that I was struggling, I was homeless, I was poverty because of a belief system I had that I didn't know I had. Okay, let's stop there. Everybody that's struggling is going through a belief system. They are manifesting that struggle unconsciously. They're not doing it with intent. That's why I can't say that they're doing something that is shooting themselves in the foot, because they're not doing it with conscious intent. It's coming from their unconscious program.
Bruce Lipton, he says poverty is passed on. It's taught in your families. And middle class is taught in families. And so the people right now who are sitting at home, who are struggling financially or worried about money or unhappy, they may be making a lot of money, but unhappy with what they're doing, it was probably taught to you. You know, your super ego was taught, get a job, work hard, or you'll never be rich, or the rich are evil, or whatever.
And until you change your mindset,
Correct.
Money won't help you, right?
Correct.
And we see that with people that win the lottery, people that make more money, they still have the same problems.
Right.
Because they have that poor man's soul.
Correct. If you're poor, you'll always be poor.
That's really hard for people to understand.
Yeah, the money will disappear that fast. Just like most pro athletes, they make millions of dollars, and 65% are bankrupt 5 years later. It's because they come from poor families.
What is the one psychological test that correlates with success in life? And I found out that it's the marshmallow test. It's the test that has survived every challenge. You track students for 30 years in different countries, and you find that they are more successful, they have a lower divorce rate, higher income, higher status in society. So what is this marshmallow test? You get kids and ask them, do you want a marshmallow now or 2 marshmallows a few hours from now? And the kids that want the marshmallow now tend to be those that want shortcuts, those that don't want to do the hard work. They want the quick kill. They grab that marshmallow. But the other ones say, no, wait a minute. If I wait 2 hours, I can get 2 marshmallows. I can hold out. There's a pot of gold waiting for me. They're not going to take the shortcut. Well, it turns out that if you do the same thing with poor children and the same thing with middle-class children, it turns out that poor children will, in general, go for the quick kill because they know that things disappear real fast. If there's money in the house, it's gone in the future. So they learn something. And so one of the reasons why poor kids will opt for the marshmallow now is because things disappear. People steal it. People grab it and run away with it, and there you are with nothing. Take it now. That's their attitude. And they learn that.
Just before birth and for the first 7 years, your brain is operating on record. It's recording behaviors. I go, recording whose behaviors? Your parents, your family, your community. I said, why can't I make up my own behaviors? I go, because the conscious mind, the creative mind, doesn't kick in until about age 7. Before age 7, the mind is working at a different vibrational frequency called theta. Theta is imagination. So a child is in theta for the first 7 years, but theta is also hypnosis. And I said, why would nature do that? Why should it make my first 7 years programmable? And the answer is simple. How many rules do you have to learn to become a functional member of a family and a community? An infant needs to learn 100,000 facts. I go, how can you teach an infant 100,000 facts? How do you teach a 1-year-old a fact? If the brain is operating in theta, it just records like a video camera. The behaviors that are fundamentally in your subconscious mind, think about it, they're not your creation. The fundamental behaviors in your subconscious mind, how to respond to life and how to behave, came from observing other people. And all of a sudden I say, oh my God, then the programs in your subconscious mind do not necessarily match your wishes, your desires, what you want from life. They match the programs of other people. And therefore, when you're operating from the subconscious programs, you're not operating from what you want. You're operating from the behavior that you were downloaded with by observing other people. And that's why it's so difficult to get to your destination using the programs in your subconscious mind, because they weren't designed by you or for you.
You have to really face the ruthless reality, the ruthless truth, that what you're getting in your life is a direct result of your beliefs. Your beliefs are controlling your thoughts are controlling your actions are controlling what the experience you're getting out in the real world. So back it all the way to the beliefs again. We got to find out what are the beliefs creating the reality you have, change those beliefs. You're going to have different thoughts, you're going to have different actions, you're going to have different results. It's going to be this domino effect. But it's got to start, not with the actions out here. It is one way to begin it, but I find it easier and more efficient and effective to come all the way back and start there. These people don't believe it'll work for them. These people that are struggling don't believe, first of all, they don't believe the information works at all. They just think it works for other people. I remember talking to a friend about affirmations, and she said, I tried affirmations. Affirmations don't work for me. And I looked at her and I said, do you realize affirmations don't work for me is an affirmation? She did not. And that is what's going on with people, is that they're telling themselves things that they don't realize is programming them for the very lack they're experiencing.
Psychologists will tell us 70% or more of the thoughts that we have are negative and disempowering and self-sabotaging because they come from the programs that we got from other people. So it basically says, the moment you are thinking, the behaviors that are running you are no longer yours, they're other people's behaviors, and they don't support who you are. Here's the simplest conclusion. I rewrite all the negative beliefs that have taken me away from my goal, my destination, my wishes. I rewrite all the negative ones, and I put in positive ones. Put yourself into a state of hypnosis, which is a low brain frequency, like a low alpha vibration or theta vibration. That operational state of the brain at that low vibration, theta or low alpha, is the functional equivalent of hypnosis. This is where your brain was for the first 7 years. That's how you downloaded all the fundamental knowledge that you're living by. In the first 7 years, your brain was recording on all of the time, recording everybody's behavior and putting those programs into your system. You say, well, how do I do that? So just to help you out, theta is a low vibrational state. It's lower than consciousness and brain function. So here's the interesting story. When you're alert and awake during the day and operating from consciousness, your brain is operating at a high vibration. When you go to bed at night, it drops to the lowest vibration called delta. That's called sleep. But guess what? As you pass from the high vibration of being awake during the day to go into the low vibration of fall asleep at night, by definition, you pass through theta. Theta is just the part where the conscious mind is slipping off into sleep. So I go, oh, so there's a period of time just as you're falling asleep where your brain is naturally in theta. I go, yeah, guess what? Put a pair of earphones on as you're going to bed. Play a recording that has the beliefs that you want. I say, why is this relevant? Because just as you're going to sleep and your mind is dropping out of the higher vibration of consciousness and going toward delta, you enter into theta. And if you have earphones on and you're playing a tape as you're going to sleep, your conscious mind doesn't hear the tape. It's your subconscious mind. It's hypnosis. So you can create self-hypnosis every night by putting on a tape with a new belief or program that you want and play it every night. And repeat that, and that will do it.
We are running out of time. I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
Pranic food, positive pranic food, negative pranic food and zero pranic food. Positive prana means it adds a certain pranic energy to the system when you consume. Negative prana takes away energy from the system. Zero neither adds nor takes away, it's eaten for taste and lethargy. Yeah, people like lethargy, you don't know. Yes, a whole lot of people are telling me, we enjoy sleep. Nobody can enjoy sleep. If you're enjoying sleep, you're not sleeping. Yes or no? You may enjoy restfulness, you may enjoy the after effect of good sleep, that's different. You enjoy restfulness, you cannot enjoy sleep, you fix this in your head. Yes or no? Restfulness must for a human being, because rest is the basis of all activity. If there is no restfulness in you, you are not capable of dynamic activity. Yes or no? If you're not rested, can you be active? No. Rest is the basis of all activity. Rest is one thing, sleep is another thing. You must differentiate between the two. Sleep is a certain inertia. The difference between life and death is just this. Life is a dynamic process of the energy. Death is an inertia state of the energy. Sleep is playing between the two. The more you practice that, unknowingly you're inviting death. If you slept for 8 hours a day, you're inviting death 20 years earlier or 30 years earlier than what it should have come. If you eat positive pranic food, energy will reverberate in a dynamic way. If you eat negative pranic food, it takes away energy and causes certain deviations in energy. If you eat zero pranic, it brings lethargy and maybe you can eat it for taste to some extent. We'll look at this classification, what are the foods which fall under this. There's no need to look at the positive because a whole lot of them are positive, I can't produce the list. We look at the negative pranic list, it's a much shorter list, but unfortunately, it may be a list of all your favorite things too. And top of the negative pranic list is garlic. Garlic is a very powerful medicine. But it's one thing to consume something as a medicine and it's an entirely different thing to consume it as a daily food substance. It has many medicinal qualities. In Ayurveda and Siddha, we use garlic in a very powerful way for specific ailments. But now your logic is, every day if I pop whatever medicine I can, I will be healthy. In Ayurveda, we say like this, every root, every leaf found on this planet has some medicinal quality. It's just that only a few we have learned how to use, others we are yet to learn how to use. Otherwise, every one of them has some medicinal quality if we are willing to pay attention and learn how to use them. So now if you want to be healthy, what you do is, anyway it's fall time, there's a lot of leaf. Just go and eat as much leaf as possible and also take up a few roots and eat it, you will be very healthy. That's not how it works. Something specific for a specific problem is different. Just generally consuming medicinal substances is a different game, isn't it? Garlic is a very powerful medicine if properly used. Daily consumption, no, because it plays on your nervous system big time. It is a very strong nervous stimulant. If you use garlic, your nervous system gets stimulated in a big way. Anything that stimulates nervous system holds you up for some time and then dumps you. Daily usage of nervous stimulants in any form will slowly get you to a place that you become insensitive to life, that you cannot experience. Now, you're holding dog as the ideal because he's more sensitive than you. His nervous system is far more sensitive than you because he can feel things and know things that you cannot know. This is a higher design than the dog, isn't it so? Garlic, onion, asafoetida, green chilies. Oh, asafoetida, maybe you're not used to it. It is something very commonly used in Indian cooking. It's a very strong stimulant. Coffee, tea. Tea means… the caffeine tea is the tea. Other things are just placebos, okay? They're not tea. You can boil any flower, any leaf, any root and call it tea. That's not tea. Tea means the tea leaf, which is caffeine. All these are nervous stimulants. Once in a way if you drink, they have some benefits. But if it becomes a daily thing, slowly it dulls your nervous system. Your ability to experience life is gone. We are looking at this dimension of the food mainly in terms of your sensitivity to life. Largely people are ego-sensitive, they are not life-sensitive, they can't feel life. For them, only their thought and emotion is life because they can't feel life. If you walk out into the forest, you can't feel the tree, that's why you call it a wood. You can't feel the creatures around you, simply because the sensitivity is gone in so many ways. One thing is just the modern life, this television, this traffic, these constant reverberations. One thing I find when I come here is, one thing that makes me get out of buildings in this country is, always something is buzzing, you know, boom, something is going. It has a very bad effect on the human system. See, we are also a kind of reverberation. There must be space to allow our reverberations to grow and spread. Now these machines have such powerful reverberation, constantly boom, something is going on. And on top of it, what we cannot hear, all these Wi-Fis and stuff, they are doing their own thing. Yes? In all this, there is no room for you to become life-sensitive. To sit here and be able to experience the whole universe takes a certain level of sensitivity. I'm talking about nervous stimulants in that context. You are lowering the possibility of experiencing life. See, for example, if you just touch this, not everybody will feel just a touch the same way. Do you know this? It depends on how sensitive your system is. If you feel this, you can know many things if you're willing. So I'm not a coffee hater, all right? But what I am saying is, a cup of coffee should not determine the quality of your life. By choice, you drink today, tomorrow you walk away, it's fine. If it's a compulsion, if I don't drink my coffee, my day is ruined, then you have to do something about it. Yes? I'm only talking about this. The only parameter is, are you moving towards freedom or are you getting enslaved in some way? With a cup of liquid, you shouldn't get enslaved. Yes? With just about anything, you're getting tangled up. I'm saying do everything by choice, then there's no problem. If you do it by choice, you know when to start, when to stop, isn't it? If you do it by compulsion, what you start, you cannot stop. This is the whole problem. It's not like you become a fanatic, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I eat this, I don't eat that. Don't become a food fanatic. It's just that eat by choice. Every meal must be by choice. Not that you've decided, this is what you will eat and this is what you will not eat. Don't make food into religion, it is not. It is a choice. And the choice should be according to the needs of the body, not according to social needs, not according to cultural needs, according to the needs of this body, isn't it? So, among the positive pranic foods, there are a few foods which are very, very positive. On top of the list is what is called as an ash gourd. I think here they call it a winter melon. It is not of the same potency as we find in India. The Indian ash gourd is like phenomenal. Ash gourd is very positive, black pepper is very positive, honey is one substance on the planet whose chemical composition is very close to that of human blood, daily consumption of honey can do wonderful things to you. And honey is an extremely good thing to eat, especially if you have children at home. Make honey culture part of your thing. Psychological stability, physical well-being, vitality, all these things can be greatly enhanced simply consuming daily honey. If you have excess fat in your body, if you drink honey with warm water, it breaks down the fat in the system. If you drink it with cold water, it'll give you weight.
What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
School makes students poor. PhD stands for poor, helpless, and desperate. The riskiest thing you can do is go to school, learn from a fake teacher, put your money with a financial planner, work hard for fake money, and pay a lot of taxes. What the Federal Reserve Bank, our banks, and our school system's doing is criminal. It's ripping off my generation, ripping off your generation. You know, this is my book, Fake Here. The reason it's fake money, fake teachers, and fake assets is because it all has to be fake. You have to have fake teachers to understand fake money. Then you have to have fake assets to buy those stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, fake assets. But without fake teachers, fake money, you can't do it. One of the best things I had is I went to military school, then I went to flight school. I had such great teachers, you know. All of them could fly. You know, so my flight instructor could fly. What a novel idea. You know, a flight instructor can fly. But when I was in high school, most of my teachers were terrified. They're all cowards, you know. Job security, don't make mistakes. Just memorize the right answer and you'll be safe. In school, they compensate for risk by telling you to memorize the right answer. So in other words, these kids leave school thinking, oh, if I know the right answers, then there's no risk. And it drives old guys like me crazy. Because everybody's talking about millennials. What's wrong with them? You know, millennials are the most highly educated generation in history. They know all the answers, but they're afraid of doing anything. You know, the biggest complaint about my generation is millennials know all the answers, but they can't do anything. And the reason they can't do anything is because you might hurt somebody's feelings, you might make a mistake. You know, this just keeps you guys just trapped in this little box. Education is more important than before, but you gotta be careful what you're learning. That's why I wrote the book, Fake Money, Fake Teachers, and Fake Assets. Don't listen to fake teachers. Yeah, I have a friend, he teaches entrepreneurship at UC Santa Barbara. And I call him up and I say, how in the world can you teach entrepreneurship? He says, well, I have a master's degree. I said, ask the question again. What gives you the right to teach your entrepreneurship? He says, I have a master's degree in entrepreneurship. And I say, hey, Doug, you and I have been friends for a long time. You've never started a business. You're a fake teacher. He goes, but I have all the answers. I said, yeah, but you don't know how to start a business. Some of the biggest fake teachers are those financial planners. They're telling you to save money. Why would you save money when the government's printing money? Then they tell you to invest for the long term in the stock market. And you guys know the stock market is ultra short term. There's high frequency trading. Today, long term is a split second. But they're telling you, guys like my generation, to keep your money in the stock market for 40 years and you have nothing left at the end of it. And you look at all the pensions of the school teachers, firefighters, and all the guys with 401ks, they're all bankrupt because Wall Street stole their money from them. You know? And the Federal Reserve Bank, they're run by PhDs, like my poor dad. And PhD stands for poor, helpless, and desperate. The Fed has not been right in years. Everybody worships the Federal Reserve Bank. They're the guys stealing from our pension systems. It's horrible what's going on because we have all these PhDs, poor, helpless, and desperate people who are risk averse. My rich dad always said, never say, I can't afford it. And it was my rich dad and many of my teachers subsequent to that. They said, lazy people always say, I can't afford it. I don't have the money. That's why they're poor. They have a poor mindset. So instead of figuring out how to raise money, it's just really easy to be a loser. And I call them losers. It pisses them off. Because we all have the power, if we wanted to not be poor if we learned how to raise money. My poor dad, my PhD father, he always said to me, he says, you know, I'd be a rich man if I didn't have you kids. And I said, well, you know, Dad, not my fault you had kids, you know what I mean? You know, I just can't afford it because I have kids. And the more he said that, the angrier I got. So when I met my rich dad at age 9, you know, he says, well, that's why your old man's poor, because he's lazy. He thinks his PhD is going to carry him. He says, everybody can say, I don't have money, I can't afford it. He says, that's why he's poor. He's lazy. Over my lifetime, most of the projects I've started, I've never had any money. I like not having money because it forces me to think. I get creative. I have to educate myself. I have to talk to rich guys. Hey, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? And what has happened to me, I mean, I just turned 72, I've never needed money. Because if I need money, I figure out how to raise it. It's easy to say I can't afford it. All the poor people say I can't afford it. All the poor people say, well, let's tax the rich. All the poor people are saying, well, give me a free education, free food, free schooling, free manicures, free pedicures. There's laziness, my opinion. Only lazy people use their own money. And that's what really pissed off a lot of people out there. You calling me lazy? I said, yes, I am. Because you're the same type of person who will say, I can't afford it. I can't do that. That's the problem. It's up here. Most of my family say, oh, I can't afford it. My father taught me to say that. My mother taught me to say that. My rich dad would never say that. The number one way to raise income is sales. They teach you sales in school. But if you work for a network marketing company, you learn sales. So that's why President Trump, I know people hate Trump, people hate me too. But President Trump and I are the only people that recommend network marketing. Because in network marketing, you have to go through your fear and you have to learn how to sell. So the reason I'm an entrepreneur is I know how to make money, I know how to acquire assets, I know how to use debt to acquire assets. That's real financial education, not the garbage you're teaching in school. Let me say it one more time. If you're going to be an employee or a doctor or a lawyer, then traditional education is really important. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you don't need to.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
Politicians around the world are trying to gradually reduce the usefulness of cash until they can eradicate it completely. Every transaction you ever made tells something about your habits, your politics, your associations, your movement, your physical location. And on the one hand, all of this data gets collected and shared among all of the intelligence agencies and corporations, or leaked. And on the other hand, if the people in power choose to, they can decide to debank you overnight. They turn off the switch. Now imagine what happens if your bank account is shut down and cash doesn't exist. Well, you can't eat. You can't buy food. Done. You can't use transportation. You can't rent an apartment. They can literally destroy your life in a second. And if you think this is crazy, this is happening today in China. They have a system called Sesame. It's called a social credit score. And they use your social media postings to give everyone a score as to how well they toe the line of political correctness to the doctrine of the Communist Party. People who have a negative credit score on that system are denied access to public transportation. They're denied access to airlines, they're denied access to trains, they're denied access to jobs in the government, they're denied access to apartments to rent. They're doing that today. Now, today, those people have cash to go back on. What happens when there's no cash?
If you look at how the world's been acquired, it's been done by a banking scam where you lend people money that doesn't exist, we call it credit, and you charge them interest on it. If they don't pay the money back plus interest, then you get their wealth that does exist. You get their home, their business, their land, their resources, whatever. When you go to a bank and you say, borrow £50,000, they'll type into your account £50,000 in credit. Where's the credit come from? Here. But you're not paying back £50,000. You're paying back £50,000 plus interest. The interest is never created, only the principal. Because people think that governments create money. Money is overwhelmingly created by private banks issuing credit. That's how money comes into circulation. What this means is creating credit for the principal but not the interest is that at no point is there ever enough money in circulation to pay back all the debt and all the interest on the debt outstanding. So people losing their homes and their businesses and their resources, etc., is built into the system on purpose. Once you squeeze the money supply, you take money out of circulation, it becomes obvious that there's nothing like enough money in circulation to pay back all the debt. So there's people losing their homes, their resources, things that they own, for no other reason that there simply is not enough money for everyone to pay back the debt. So what do the banks do? Ooh, we'll have that. And this has been going on for centuries.
They say there's no inflation, but have you seen the price of food, real estate, and student loans, and medical? Now what's going to happen is the baby boomers, my generation, are going to start to retire. And there's no money there. Social Security is broke, pensions are broke, the students are broke. They're screwing everybody with debt. This is called, not economics, this is called bubblenomics. But they'll never teach you this in school. Why doesn't our school teach us about money? Because Wall Street won't let them.
We know who they are. It's Christine Lagarde, her first deputy managing director, David Lipton, professors like Larry Summers and Ken Rogoff at Harvard, public intellectuals here in the UK, Adair Turner, Anatol Koletsky, Mario Draghi, head of the European Central Bank. So it's a collection of central bankers, finance ministers, academics, think tankers, and public intellectuals, and several hundred of them around the world who collectively run the international monetary system. So then what about the hooded robes part? And the answer is they're like-minded individuals. They don't need top-down organization because they all agree with each other.
This very misguided idea that if you eradicate cash, you'll eradicate crime, which of course you won't because people will substitute cash for something else. And also, if the only people who are allowed to be intermediaries are the large corporations, they will commit the crime. It's like if you want to rob a bank nowadays, the best way to do so is to have a banking license. Then you can rob the entire bank and or country with complete immunity or impunity. So it encourages this concentration of power, puts the intermediaries in a position where they can commit what I call mega crimes. If you rob one person and steal 20 pounds from them, you're going to jail and you're going to spend a long time there. If you rob 2 million people of their homes and mortgages, you're not going to jail. You're getting a 10 million bonus from the bank and you're retiring in peace and quiet in the countryside.
They were going to get rid of cash. And look at it. Cash is flying out of circulation. In some places like Sweden, it's almost totally cashless. They're shutting down bank branches, so you cannot interact with a bank branch locally with cash. You have to do it online because that's electronic money. And eventually they're going to take cash out of circulation. Why? Because when you go into a store now or anywhere and you give them a credit card, electronic money, and they say, sorry, the system won't accept your card, well, you can still pay cash. But when there's no cash in circulation, your electronic money, which is meant to go through a microchip eventually, when they say the system won't accept your microchip or your card, you have no other means of purchase. So whoever controls the system is dictating whether you can purchase or whether you can't, whether you can eat or whether you can't. There couldn't be good things with things like Bitcoin and stuff like that, as long as cash stays in circulation. That's the key. While cash is in circulation, you have other points of ways of purchase. Once there's no cash and you have only cashless digital currencies, then whoever controls them controls everything. And not only that, they can wipe your bank account. If you're a dissident of the system, as this moves on into more extremes, they can wipe your bank account and it's just gone. Because all it is figures on a screen. You can wipe figures on a screen in a second.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
We're killing each other by creating startlingly realistic images of violence and killing. Look at some of the movies that we're watching, and we call this entertainment. Or worse yet, we call it games. We try to solve violence with violence, solve anger with anger, murder with murder. We are a self-destructive species. Whether we're willing to acknowledge it or not, humanity is a self-destructive species. That is, we are killing ourselves and killing each other, and we can't find a way to stop it. We don't seem, as I was told in conversations with God, we can't even find a way to stop from killing each other and from killing ourselves. Much less, the smaller goals. Can we just get along? Can we find a little happiness and peace and joy in our life? But forget about those goals. We can't even stop killing each other. And we're doing it in 1,000 ways all the time. We're poisoning ourselves and each other by the way we treat the environment. And we can't even admit it. Half of us can't even, oh, Neil, don't start with the environment stuff. But we're poisoning our rivers and our streams and the air and the ground, and we can't, as a species, even admit it, much less stop it. We're sentencing thousands to death by the way we make modern medicine and modern medical miracles available only to the well-to-do. Millions of people can't even have access to the medicines or to the procedures that extend life on this planet. We're killing ourselves by the way we feed ourselves. Watch what you're putting into your own body. You're killing yourself, and we don't seem actually to care. It's like, oh, Neil, don't start with that now. But we're killing ourselves. We're cutting our lives short, for sure, by the way we're feeding ourselves, or not feeding some of us, by the way we're not feeding some of us. I don't know whether you're aware of it or not, but statistics from the United Nations and other agencies like that tell us that 656 children die on this planet every hour from starvation. Yeah, you heard that right. I didn't say every week or every day, every hour. 656 children die of starvation because of the way we're not feeding ourselves. We can't even get food to them. We're killing ourselves by the way we sell certain substances, like tobacco or street drugs. And we sell that stuff knowing that it is killing us to buy it and use it. We're a self-destructive species. Only a very young species, immature, would do something that they know in advance is not good for them. We're killing ourselves by the way we use assault weapons, assault rifles, easily obtainable by children, 18 years old. I mean, you can't get certain prescriptions at that age. But you can buy an assault rifle. You don't have to register it. You don't have to let anybody know you got it. You can buy as many as you want. You can have 10 of them if you want, like some people do. So you can get in there and kill as many people as fast as possible. And we do that in this world. We're killing each other by creating startlingly realistic images of violence and killing, and putting them on huge screens in movie theaters and on television screens as well, and calling it entertainment. We've created the most incredible images of it so we can continue to look at the horror and the devastation of violence and killing in front of us on a huge screen, sometimes in 3D. And we call it entertainment, or worse yet, we call it games. And we put our children at the ages 6, 7, 8, and 9 in front of. Are you guys really playing? Oh, Neil, it's just a game. It's just a game until I get an actual rifle in my hand and go to high school just a few years later. And we wonder, where did they get such an idea? But we put them in front of this, they become our babysitters. We're killing each other in the most unusual way. We actually kill people deliberately with malice aforethought, total awareness, by the authority of the state. That is, the government kills people in order to teach people that killing people is not okay. And we fail to see the contradiction. We call it the death penalty. I'll teach you not to kill people. I'll kill you deliberately. Totally ignoring Einstein's brilliant insight that you cannot solve any problem using the identical energy that created it. No, but we try to solve violence with violence, solve anger with anger, end murder with murder. We kill people in the name of God. We use God as our justification. for killing other people. We can call it by lots of names, but we kill people in the name of God, and we've been doing it for centuries on this planet. That's the species of which we are members. But we're certainly all witnessing it, and it's getting to the point where we wake up in the morning almost nervous to turn on the internet or read the paper. We don't want to turn the news on. Like, what's happening? What's going on? How can it get any worse? And what can be done, if anything, to make it better? And that becomes the question of the day. So let's look at how we can participate if we choose to make it better. Because, guys, ladies and gentlemen, truly, honestly, and all joking aside, it's now or never time. It happens in the next 20 or 30 years, and that's a long stretch, or it's not going to happen at all. So this is about the future of yourself, if you're a younger person, certainly of your children, absolutely of your children's children. That's what we're talking about here. And if any of that matters to you, then you'll want to listen carefully. So let's take a look at those ways that you can involve yourself in the process of evolution. And let's begin by remembering what I said at the outset. It has to do with you and you and you and you. What have I done, speaking about myself, and you get to ask yourself the same question. What have I done today to move forward my own evolutionary journey, my own evolutionary process? I've observed that people fall into a number of different categories. There are those who don't know, and they don't know that they don't know. They are innocent, like children. Nurture them. There are those who don't know, but they are willing to know. They are students. Teach them. Then there are those who don't know, but they think that they know. They are dangerous. Avoid them. Then there are those who know, but who don't know that they know. They are illusory, living in the dilemma of their own illusions. They're asleep. Wake them. Then there are those who know and who know that they know. These are the cognoscenti, those who know. Don't follow them blindly, but listen very carefully to what they have to say, because they may just remind you and others as well who have temporarily forgotten that they know.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running
I'm going to teach you something tonight that I've actually been using since I was in 7th grade, and that is the ability to hypnotize. I want you to ask yourself what it would be like if you had this ability to hypnotize. What would you use it for? Now, most of you are probably thinking about how you would use it on somebody else. But tonight, I'm going to be teaching you how to use it on yourself, how to hypnotize yourself so you can achieve and accomplish your fullest of potential. By doing this exercise, what you're actually doing is awakening a part of your mind, and as a result, you're also awakening within you hidden skills, attributes, resources, and talents that you might not even know that you have had at your disposal. I teach this same technique to athletes, to business people, to help them achieve their full potential. So ask yourself, if you could accomplish something better, what would you do? What could you use it for? Ask yourself, if you just started thinking a little bit better, how you could achieve your fullest of potential. So when I teach you this tool, when I teach you self-hypnosis within the next 9 minutes, I want you to develop a better picture of yourself and ask yourself what you'll be able to accomplish. If you're a student, maybe you'll be able to get better grades, eliminate exam anxiety, or to develop a superpower memory. If you're in business, maybe you'll be able to do better, be more productive, and as a result, make more money, which everybody loves money, right? But what I really want you to realize is this: it all starts with how you think. You see, I find that many people go to bed stressed and they wake up worried and anxious. I find that's a big problem in today's society, because when we're not thinking good about ourselves, we're not feeling good. And when we're not feeling good, we're not doing good. So what I want to teach you is how to control your thoughts and program your mind much like you would program a very high, efficient, powerful computer. So before I teach you this tool, I want you to know that you're already telling yourself something that has programmed you. You've been exposed to programming, in essence, hypnotized, since you exited the womb. You have been exposed to programming not only by society, not only by religion, not only by advertisers, not only by your peers, your parents, but also by yourself. So you are already telling yourself something that is creating a thought, and that thought creates a feeling about yourself, and that feeling then creates an action, and it can also influence your body. Now, we really do become what we think about. It's time to eliminate that external program and to learn how to start programming ourselves, to start thinking better so we start feeling better, to start feeling better so we start acting better. And it really is congruent. So now I'm going to teach you how you all become what you think about. So I want you to follow along with me for a moment. If you can, take your hands, clasp them together, just like this. Good. Take your 2 index fingers and put them out just like that. Wonderful. As you do this, I want everyone to look at me for a moment. Now, in a moment, I will count forward from 1 up to 3. On my count of 3, I want you to do 3 things. And don't worry, this isn't going to put you to sleep or cast a spell on you. But on my count of 3, I'd like you to separate your 2 index fingers, look at them, and then listen to my voice. When you do, you're going to see something absolutely amazing happen. Get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Separate your fingers, look at them. They're going to touch. Imagine what it would be like for 2 rubber bands attached to your fingers, pulling them closer and closer together. Imagine what it would be like for magnets to be attached to your fingers, pulling them closer and closer together until they touch. That space between your fingers gets smaller and smaller. It may happen slow, it may happen fast. But when your fingers touch, you can take them apart. They'll actually touch faster the second time. Watch as it happens now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can take your hands apart. I know it's a freaky feeling, but shake your hands out just like that. Good. If that worked for you, you've just been hypnotized. That's it. That's all it is. I find that people have this fear about hypnosis, that they think it's actually mind control or the work of the devil. They think that it's sleep or being unconscious. But you go into hypnosis every single day, several times a day. If you drive, think about this. You're driving to your destination. All of a sudden you zone out. You end up at your destination. You don't even remember how you got there, right? That's called road hypnosis. How about this? You see somebody texting on their cell phone. You walk in, that person is so focused on that text message, you start talking to them, but they have no clue what you're saying, right? That is hypnosis. Hypnosis is just a natural, altered, zone-focused state, and I'm going to teach you now how to use it effectively and efficiently. At night, as we fall asleep, we go into a natural zone state, a natural receptive state. And just like this exercise that you just did, where you thought about something and it happened, you see your thoughts became congruent with your bodily functions and actions. The same thing is true at night when you fall asleep. When you fall asleep, you go into a natural receptive state. So I say, let's use that receptive state. For the last 5 minutes as you're falling asleep at night, instead of worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow or being anxious about what's going to happen next week, I want you to think of what you would like to accomplish to be better. I'd like you to make a little movie in your mind of what the ideal you would be like. Now, if the ideal you sounds a little intimidating, just think about what you want tomorrow to be like, how you want tomorrow to go. If you have something that would otherwise stress you out, let's say maybe going for a job promotion or going for a job interview, maybe going in to take a test, exam, or quiz in school, and you think naturally or normally that you'll be stressed out about that. See yourself at night as you fall asleep going into that job interview with your head held high, and imagine what it would be like for you to walk out landing that job. If you're taking a test in school, imagine walking into that testing room, filling out the exam to the best of your abilities, using that as an opportunity to show what you know, and walking out knowing that you did well. When you begin to formulate these pictures in your mind, you have a better chance of things going that way. As you fall asleep at night, you go into that focused zone state. So my friends, I tell you today, let's use it. Let's start thinking better about ourselves. And when we start thinking better, we'll start feeling better. When we start feeling better, we'll start doing better. When you do this technique at night, and it only takes about 5 minutes, that's all you have to do, but it's only for the people who really want to do better, right? So what I'd like you to do is just practice this. Try it out. Make it a ritual. For when you fall asleep at night, make a little movie in your mind of how you want tomorrow to go, or how you want to be as your ideal self. It could be a goal that you have in mind. It could be something that you'd like to just accomplish and do better at. But when you play that picture over and over in your mind, it will be more likely to become your reality. And then thus, you have hypnotized yourselves. That's it. Hypnotize yourself into being better, doing better, feeling better, and thinking better. So ladies and gentlemen, I tell you today, when you do this exercise, and this is an exercise I've been doing every night since I've been in 7th grade, and it works. Once you do this exercise and you make it a nightly ritual, you'll notice within about 2 weeks, you'll start to feel more empowered, more inspired, more confident, and more motivated and more productive. Maybe you'll be getting better grades. Maybe you'll be making more money. Maybe you'll be getting more work done a lot easier, quicker, and faster. I teach this same technique to athletes, to business people, to help them achieve their full potential. And to the casual observer, hypnosis might look like you're putting people to sleep, but by doing this exercise, what you're actually doing is awakening a part of your mind. And as a result, you're also awakening within you hidden skills, attributes, resources, and talents that you might not even know that you have had at your disposal. And you can start using those for your benefit. So I tell you tonight, you can program yourself at night for what you want to do tomorrow. You can awaken your mind, and as you awaken your mind, maybe you'll even change the world you're living in.
say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
If you sleep like that, one thing that will happen to you is your sleep quota, if you're sleeping for 8 hours, it will simply drop to 3 to 4 hours just straight away. Just lie down for 12 minutes and do it till the last moment, till you fall asleep. You know, there's a North Pole and a South Pole. This means these are the magnetic centers. And you also know the whole land masses, whole continents have been slowly being pulled towards the north, they've been traveling. Why the Himalayas is whatever we're seeing, the Himalayan mountain ranges, that Manasarovar, you will find seashells in Manasarovar because at some point it was at mean sea level. Today, it is at 15,600 feet. So what transported this lake bed, which was at sea level, to this place is the whole Indian subcontinent is crashing into the Central Asian plate. And this is why the Himalayan mountains are still continuing to grow. This is just piling up, it's just a crash. Every year, India is losing about 1.23 centimeters or so. I'm not perfect on the number, somewhere in that range. Every year, India is losing about 1.23 centimeters or something because it's crashing into the Himalayan range and it's piling up. Because the magnetic pull of the North Pole is slowly pulling all the land masses upward. So such a huge magnetic pull where the continents are moving up, that kind of magnetic pull is constantly in enforcement across the globe. Suppose you had a little bit of anemia. If you went to your doctor, what does he prescribe for you? So it seems to be like it's an important ingredient of your blood, yes? So if iron is floating around in your blood, and if I put a very powerful magnet to the top of your head, it is possible that slowly blood may start moving in that direction, isn't it? Let's say if it's a very, very powerful magnet, it may start slowly pulling it up because there is elements of iron in the blood. Your body is designed like this, that your heart, which is the pumping station of the circulatory system, is 3/4 of the way up, not halfway down, because it is difficult to pump against gravity, easier to pump towards gravity, so it's placed here. Generally, all the pipes that are flowing down are larger ones, what is going up are much finer ones. As it goes up here, they're almost hair-like. So minute that the circulatory system in your brain is such that if one extra drop enters there, hemorrhages will happen. People have strokes. So now you were like this, now you went like this. Already there is a little bit of imbalance in the system because heart was pumping, calculating the gravitational resistance. Now suddenly there's no gravitational resistance, you became like this, and now you put your head towards the north. Slowly, it gets pulled towards your brain. So one thing that could happen to you is you could have disturbed sleep. If you put your head to the north and sleep, you could have disturbed sleep, all kinds of dreams happening. If you are in your old age, it is possible that you can have a stroke or you could just die in your sleep. It's very much possible. Not that if you sleep one day you will fall dead. Every day, if your bed is arranged that way, that every day you're sleeping, put your head to the north, you are asking for trouble. Some kind of trouble, we do not know what kind of trouble you will get, that depends on the strength of your system. If it is weak, very weak, you may fall dead, or you may get a stroke, or you may just get disturbed sleep, you may just have nightmares, or during the day you act funny. So many things will happen because excess circulation is happening in the brain when it should not be happening, simply because you put your head to the north. So in case you go to South America, then you should not put your head to the south. If you went to Australia, you should not put your head to the south. You can put it to the north, out there. In the northern hemisphere, you do not put your head to the north. East is best, northeast is okay, west is all right. South, if you must, north, no. Tonight before you go to bed, spend at least 12–15 minutes reminding yourself, you're neither this body nor this mind. Just lie down and just remind yourself, this body is not really you. Do you know, if you live for about 60 years, you're… on an average, most human beings are eating anywhere between 1100 to 1400 tons of food. So that means even what you think is my body is not this, it's changing every day. New input is happening and old things are going away. So 1400 tons, you don't carry that much of weight right now. So obviously, what you have as a body right now is just a transient amount of food and soil, isn't it? Hello? So what you think is mine also is not it is just all the time changing. So at least try this much. What is my body is not me. What I think is my mind is not me. It is mine right now for use, but it's not really me. Just… if you're not able to do it, just link it to your breath. Inhalation, I'm not the body. Exhalation, I'm not even the mind. Just lie down for 12 minutes and do it, till the last moment, till you fall asleep. This is something you must notice. Most human beings, when I say most, I'm very generous with the percentage, 99%. 99% of the human beings never notice that moment when they're slipping from wakefulness to sleep. They will simply go off like that. If they're alert, they cannot sleep. But there is a way to sleep in an alert manner. If you sleep like that, one thing that'll happen to you is, your sleep quota, if you're sleeping for 8 hours, it'll simply drop to 3 to 4 hours just straight away. Now that moment when you're passing from wakefulness to sleep, if you can still be conscious that I'm not the body and I'm not the mind, believe me, something remarkable will happen. Why does one person need, well, by prescription these days, 8 hours? And why another person can do with half of that? See, one thing is, as we already went through, the very physical body that you carry is just the food that you've eaten, isn't it? If you eat right and do certain things with your body, you see very effortlessly, within 3 to 4 weeks, you can drop your sleep quota anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. 1.5 to 3 hours very easily you can drop if you just eat consciously and just learn to sit properly, just the posture, your geometry of the body and what goes into the system. If you just manage these two things, you will see sleep quota will just come down like that. At least 40 to 50%, the food that you eat must be alive.
You eat dead food and you want to live, this is a little difficult thing to do, because you have to raise the dead now. But if you eat live food, one thing you will see is the state of your mind, your focus and your sleep quotas, and above all, staying awake is not good enough, you have to stay alert, isn't it? How alert you are, how focused you are, only to that extent everything yields to you in this world, isn't it so? If you eat a leaf, a vegetable, a fruit, a nut or a sprout, this is much simpler. If you must eat non-vegetarian food, you must eat that which is furthest away from you. So generally, fish and water life is furthest away from you. So if you must eat non-vegetarian food, fish is the best thing to eat that way.
We are running out of time. What are you gonna do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
I gained 125 pounds. I was lazy. That's who I am. I'm a guy that likes to sit back, watch TV, and eat pizza. Like everybody. 297 pound, working for Ecolab, spraying for cockroaches, making $1,000 a month. I thought that was me at my 100% potential. Come to find out, a few years later, I wasn't anywhere near that. 106 pounds less, graduated Navy SEAL training, went on to do all these other things. Looking back on that, that was me trying hard. That's why people gotta understand, what is in us, we have no idea until we start trying hard. And I mean really trying hard, where you're obsessed with, hey, this is my new norm. My new norm is that, wow, this isn't always fun. It's not always meant to be fun. And that's when you know you're trying hard. I knew in the back of my mind that I could pull off this whatever. Whatever I wanted, I knew I could. I knew that, but I was afraid of the work. Because I wasn't gifted with brains. I wasn't gifted with God-given talent. So I knew to get to where I had to go, I knew the work was gonna be something that I didn't want to even attack. So I would just put it off. I didn't try hard enough because I didn't put forth every single bit of an ounce of pressure in my body into being better. They ended up being a 300-pound guy that made $1,000 a month, and I was fine there. That was okay. We all have two people. We all have two people. And I'm not saying you're crazy. We have the easy voice, which is that 20% telling yourself that I'm easy at 90% of my full potential, maybe 100% at that 20%. That's that voice that we all love. That's that very comfortable voice that's that mommy holding you saying it's gonna be okay. Doesn't care how good you are, just loves you. Just loves you no matter how messed up you are in life. That's where you wanna be at. So that's that one voice. This other voice that we walk very far away from is a voice saying, hey man, you ain't doing it. So we try to get this voice out of our head completely. And we live over here in this land. So what you have to do first is turn up this voice over here. The voice saying things to you that aren't nice. That it's in our head saying, you know what man, dude, you're not doing shit. I mean, and it's not putting yourself down. People take this the wrong way in this new society. I'm not saying to put yourself down. I'm saying listen to the truth. And the truth isn't in the 20%. The truth is in this other part of your brain saying, look, man, you're wasting a bunch of percentage here. We have 80 more percent that we're not tapping into, because in this other 80% is suffering, pain, failure, self-doubt, darkness, and then a whole bunch of light. But to get to this light, you gotta go through all of this. So a lot of us know that. I can get over here, but over here, man, this is much better, because I gotta go through this journey that is not fun. This from 20 to 100%, this in between is not fun. So we decide to live over here. So everybody goes, how do you do that? You know exactly how to do that. You know exactly, it's not a magic trick. There's nothing I talk about in that book that's a magic trick. It's all back down to a very primitive mindset of we just have to do. It's like breathing. Breathing becomes normal. Like we don't even know that we're doing it. That's how you have to live your life. When that alarm clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning, your mind says no. You just say, it's just what we do. It's what we do now. Because to get to where you want to go, the amount of pain involved, I'm not saying physical, I'm not saying you got to break yourself off. The amount of mental pain of how many times you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do to get to where you want to go is going to be, there's going to be more times you do something that you don't want to do than you are going to want to do it. And that's your new norm. And your brain is the most powerful weapon. I talk about that in one of these chapters. Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. Once you put away your phones and your computers and all that we have nowadays, yeah, that's great. We're up to date. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death. Real life, you can't Google that shit, man. You're alone. You're alone. You may have a shrink you're going to, you may have a best friend you're going to, but there's 24 hours in a day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over. We all look for toughness. We all want it, but we look for it in a comfortable environment. You will not find toughness in a comfortable environment. Those of you who are listening to this, whoever hear this, you will not find it. The only way you find it is to drown yourself in a position where you're just out of sorts, where you can't swim and you're drowning. You're drowning. You're drowning in life. But you say, you know what, man? Dad, I'm going to figure out how to backstroke or something. I'm going to figure out how to, and then through figuring out all these tools, your mind starts to, when you quit, your mind does this. Because you're out. Once you say, I'm not going to quit, this is the 40%. When you quit, your mind says, we're done. So it doesn't expand. There's no expansion when you quit. When you say, this sucks, I'm drowning, I'm miserable, I'm suffering, I'm broken, but I'm not going anywhere. What happens to your mind is it does this. It says, he's not leaving. So we got to expand. We got to grow. We got to figure this thing out. So then these compartments in your brain start to they have to work. They have to work. And then you start to engage parts of your mind that you never engaged before. But you can't engage it by sitting back in these nice chairs, drinking this nice water, talking to you, talking about what I want to do. That's where the 40% thing comes in. It comes in when you're in suffer mode and you say, I'm not going to quit. You're forcing your brain now to operate on a level it's not used to, but then it becomes used to it. Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point. All right, I'm not real smart. I have no courage. I have no self-esteem. I have no nothing. Nothing. That's my starting point. Now we can move from there. But if I tell myself I'm strong, I have courage, I'm smart, and all these are lies, you continuously push that starting point backwards. Right? So that starting point is the truth. The no bullshit truth that only you can tell yourself. Literally, I started feeling victory just by putting myself in the battle. It wasn't about going to Navy SEAL training. It wasn't about being the 23rd guy in that chair. I started realizing, man, just by going to war with myself every day and putting these challenges and these goals and these obstacles, these insurmountable obstacles. So it wasn't about losing 106 pounds. Me losing 5 pounds was an accomplishment. Me losing 10 pounds and then 50 pounds. And then the more I did this, the more I gained confidence. And then the more I gained confidence, the more I realized, these Navy SEALs, man. These guys can't do what I'm doing right now. I had no coach, had no trainer, had no money. I didn't know how to lose weight. I had no knowledge of what I was doing. I was just working. I was just sacrificing. And then through that, all these different tools started coming up. But I would have never found these tools if I didn't put myself in a very uncomfortable place.
What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
If I just see how you're sitting, I will tell you in the next 10-15 years what are the troubles that you're going to face in your life. The geometry of your form invites certain things, you can't help it. We made a very intricate science of how to sit, how to breathe, how to keep your body, how to keep your mind. If you get this geometry right, perception will burst forth.
If you learn to hold your body in a certain way, if the geometry of your body is in alignment with the geometry of the rest of the creation, suddenly you will find there is a rapport which will allow you can download the whole cosmos into this one. This is not a tiny little… If you simply like this, if you live, you're just a piece of flesh and bone. If you just get it right, suddenly this is something else. Probably these days, you don't have this experience anymore because you got all Tata Sky, dish net and all that stuff. But if suppose you had a television in your home in 80s when first the Doordarshan came, you are watching your favorite cricket match, suddenly your television was boop, boop, boop. Then you climb up the terrace and there is one aluminum contraption. If you do like this, nothing will come. If you do like this, nothing will come. You just get it to the right place. The world pours into your sitting room. This is just like that. If you learn to just hold it right, the whole cosmos will pour into you. Engineering yourself does not mean engineering yourself to breathe little better, to be little more healthy, no. This is about realizing the full potential of what it means to be human.
To perform different types of activity, in the yogic sciences, we observed that certain types of body positions will support certain activity to its best. Or in other words, what is called as yoga. What is called as yoga is another different thing. What is called as hatha yoga, the physical postures, it is about manipulating the body in such a way that you get to a certain geometric perfection, that your geometry is aligned with the larger geometry of creation, so that you're always in sync, you're never off. And how balanced you are, how clearly you see things and how well you do things simply depends on how much you are in sync with everything else around you. Whether it's people or trees or life or just space, are you in sync with it or not will decide how smoothly, how friction-free is your function in the world. Now, I don't sit like this all the time, only when I speak. How I am sitting, if I have to explain, there is something called as Siddhasana. That means, there are many aspects to it. One simple aspect is the left heel. The left heel is… there is a point on the left heel that today the medical sciences are calling it as the Achilles. You put your Achilles to what is called as Muladhara or the perineum in your body. If these two things touch, many aspects are cleared out in you for that period of time. Many aspects means your thoughts are clear, your emotions are out, and there is a very clear perception of what's happening around you. You heard that Achilles was killed because an arrow was shot to his heel. You don't believe if somebody hurts your heel, you will die, isn't it so? But Achilles died that way. And there's another person who died that way in India way before him. What this is trying to tell you is, they were killed in an expert way, not just slitting your throat or breaking your head, but just putting a point at the Achilles, so they had to die. So there is a certain system, energy system in the body. If that point of Achilles is in touch with your Muladhara, when you sit like this, there is a certain balance, that you don't take any sides. See, all of us have our own opinions, ideas, ideologies, stuff, our own experiences of life. Your own experiences of life and imprints that you have taken in your mind influences everything that you see. You like this person, you don't like this person, you love that person, you hate this person. All this is because you're constantly taking positions of your own. But if you really want to know life, the most important thing is you don't take any position, you're willing to look at everything fresh every moment of your life. Absolutely fresh, every moment of your life. This is very difficult for people to understand. Tomorrow must be created, not concretized right now. If you manage the geometry of the body well, you must… I'm telling you, right now, people, the Western cultures are going about propagating yoga is another stretching exercise. Instead of that, you can do Pilates, instead of that, you can do boxing, instead of that, you can play tennis. See, if you want to be just fit, go run somewhere, climb a mountain, play tennis, do something. Yoga is not about fitness. Fitness is just one consequence. The important thing is to get the right geometry of life, because physical universe is all geometry. Now this building is standing here, whether how long it will stand, whether it will fall on our head today or will it stand for a long time, essentially depends on
how geometrically perfect it is. The same goes for the body, the same goes for the planetary system, the same goes for the universe, the same goes for everything. Planet Earth is going around the sun, not with a steel cable attached to it, just perfection of geometry, isn't it? If little off geometry, if it happens, it's gone forever. And that's true with you also. If you go off your fundamental geometry, you are gone. It's very important at an early age, you do the right things to bring a right sense of geometry. Now, you become competent to go through life. Those people who are thinking only good things should happen to them, obviously they're unfit for life. Because if you do not know how to go through harsh situations well, joyfully, then you will avoid all possibilities, isn't it? You will avoid all great possibilities of life simply because you want to avoid a little bit of difficulty. Only when you're geometrically in a certain state of congruence, then you're willing to go through any situation, no matter what it is. Yoga is essentially understanding, aligning your system with the cosmic geometry. See, in the yogic system, we see the body as 114 chakras, 72,000 nadis meeting in 114 junctions, which are called as chakras. Out of these, 2 are outside your body, 112 inside the body. Of this 112, there are 4 about which you don't have to do anything. They are like that. If other things work, they will flower by themselves. So there are only 108 with which you can work. So 108 has become significant. If you wear any beads, people wear 108 beads. If they say a mantra, 108, because these are the 108 chakras that you need to work with. This 108 number is significant, and you will see it in the East, everything is 108 because the diameter of the sun and the distance between the earth and the sun is 108 times. The diameter of the moon and the distance between the moon and the earth is 108 times. The diameter of the earth and the diameter of the sun is 108 times. And in this body, there are 108 chakras that you can work upon. So the cosmic geometry, I can go into a lot of arithmetic which will match with your human system. And these things we have been conscious of, and that is how we came up with 84 basic asanas. Out of these 84, if you do 21 of them properly and you just master one, your system will get aligned with the cosmic system. Once it's aligned, everything that you need to know about the cosmos is right here.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
Perception controls biology because how we see life determines our behavior, controls our genes, and can even rewrite the genetic code. You're not a victim of your genetics, but you are responsible for what unfolds in your life. What you believe creates your life on the inside and on the outside. I will show you where you got your beliefs from, and I will explain why it's very difficult to change your beliefs even when you talk to yourself. It doesn't work. I will give you the neurological reason why it is difficult, and then I will show you how easy it can be to change a belief. Perception controls life. No two people see the world in the same way. They have different perceptions. But let's do a perception test. I will show you two surface areas that are not regular. You must, with your mind, see which is bigger. Which has more surface area, Europe or South America? Calculate in your head the surface. The answer is South America is 2 times larger than Europe. This is the Mercator map. It was made by Germans. Where did they put Germany? Deutschland is in the dead center. Isn't the equator the dead center? This map is wrong. You want to see the correct map? It's called the Peters projection map. Which is larger, South America or Europe? The point is that you learn perceptions. And sometimes your perceptions can be right, and sometimes your perceptions can be wrong. Since perception controls biology, and since they can be right or wrong, then it's more accurate to say that belief controls biology. What you believe creates your life, on the inside and on the outside. So now the most important question is, where do our perceptions come from? Number 1, genetics. We get instincts we are born with. You do not have to teach a child how to pull its hand out of a fire. It is also very complicated instincts. For example, when a baby is born, every baby can swim. From the moment it's born, it can be born underwater and swim like a dolphin. And this brings up a question which I'll answer in a little bit. If we were all born with the instinct and the ability to swim, then why do we have to teach children how to swim? And it's related to the second source of perception, and that is the subconscious mind, where our learned habits and learned experiences are recorded. So maybe I'll talk about the swimming now. Okay. When a baby is very young, the parents are afraid that the baby will drown. So every time the baby goes near the water, the parents, the baby's by the water. By the sink, by the toilet, by the brook, wherever the water is, the baby hears the parents get very excited. So the baby learns that water is dangerous. And it has a fear of water because the parents express the fear, so the baby is afraid of water. So when the baby is 5 years old, the parents buy him a bathing suit. And they want to put the baby into the water, and the baby grabs the parents like a cat with claws, because what is in the baby's mind? That you're going to drown the baby. So the learned behavior can override the instincts. The third source of perceptions is the conscious mind, which is different than subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is learned habits. The conscious mind is creative programming. We talk about genetics because you were born with that as nature. It's in your nature to pull your hand out of the fire. But the subconscious behavior is learned, so it's based on experience, and it's called nurture. And for 100 years, science says, which is more powerful, nurture or nature? And it's a useless argument, because what's more powerful? Consciousness. When you are conscious, you can rewrite the instincts, and when you become conscious, you can rewrite the experiences of your life. So that it is important to recognize that what we are not using enough of in our world today is consciousness. And I will describe in a little while how most of our lives, 95% or more of our life, is controlled by the habits of the subconscious mind. Now the question is, in development, what environment shapes fetal development? And the reason why the environment is important, as I showed you in tissue culture, the fate of the cell is controlled by the environment in which the cell lives. Whether it's just one cell or billions of the cells in a fetus, it's still the same response. So the question is, what environment is controlling the development of the fetus? The mother's environment shapes the fetal environment. When a woman is having a baby and she visits an obstetrician, the obstetrician asks mainly 3 questions. Are you eating well? Are you taking vitamins and minerals? Are you getting exercise? Why so few questions? And the answer is this. Medicine believes the fetus is controlled by the genes, genetic determination. And so therefore, the development of the baby has nothing to do with the mother. And so therefore, the mother's only role is to feed the baby. But as we talked about, the new science called epigenetics says that the environment controls the genes. Now think about, is there more in the mother's blood than just nutrition? Yes, emotions, the chemistry of emotions, the stress hormones, and all the other factors that control the mother's body also go into the placenta and affect the fetus. If the mother is happy, the chemistry of happiness makes the baby happy. If the mother is stressed or angry, the baby is stressed and angry. It's not the baby's brain that is controlling that, it is the response to the chemistry of the mother's blood. And now we know that the baby's brain is learning. Halfway through pregnancy, the brain starts learning. So the emotional patterns and behavior of the mother are being learned by the baby before it's born. But this does not leave the father out of the picture, because if the father irritates or upsets the mother, then that is translated to the baby. And you might say, why should nature allow the mother to influence the baby so much? And the answer is this. When the baby is born, it will live in the environment that the mother experiences. So the mother is nature's Head Start program. It prepares the baby for the world that is present when that baby is born. And that the influence of the mother and the chemistry of her blood influence the genetics of the child. So for example, the experiences of the mother during World War II, and this is in the Netherlands, a scientific study, when there was not enough food and people were in starvation, the influence of the starvation on the mother was passed to and affected the genetics of the child. And when the child grew up and had her own baby, it passed the influence of starvation onto the next generation. In science, it's called the grandmother effect, that the grandmother is influencing 2 generations. As I mentioned, medicine has said that all the development is just controlled by the genes of the baby, and that the brain and the nervous system of the fetus doesn't really work until just near birth. This is now proven to be totally wrong. That the baby, as I mentioned, is learning by midway through pregnancy. It's learning now. So if the father talks to the baby through the abdominal wall, the baby will learn the voice of the father. And when the baby is born and the father says any words, the baby will know which one the father is. And also it works with music, because people play music to the baby and it learns the music before it's born. Our personality is already derived by 2 years of age. And that's the personality we will express through the rest of our lives until we change that. And I have been talking about how parents influence the genetics of the child, and I say, parents are genetic engineers because they shape the genetics of their child. And I've been talking about that for 20 years. And now finally science, and this is from Scientific American, and the conclusion, as they show, the findings suggest that a mother's parenting style can affect the activity of a child's genes. So there is a lot of responsibility in being a parent that we have not been aware of, because we've always said genes control biology, but it's the...
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
I am enough. I am worth living this life. I control my thoughts and the direction that I choose. I am the creator of my world. I love my body profoundly, deeply, and joyously. My body has its own wisdom, and I fully trust it. My looks are just a projection of what I think about myself. I become more beautiful and more shiny each and every day. I love the person I see in the mirror. I choose to see the divine perfection in every cell of my body. As I love me more, I allow others to love me. I am love and I am compassion. Deficiencies transform through love and acceptance. Right here, right now, I choose to honor my beauty, my strength, and my unique way of being. I love the way I feel when I take care of me. Today, my own well-being is my main priority. I completely trust my inner voice. The more I get to know myself, the clearer it becomes what my life's purpose is. Today, I follow my heart and I discover my destiny. I have my special place in this world. My life's goal is to share with others the best parts of me. Today, I offer the world the gift of love, passion, joy, and my talent. Right here, right now, I start moving towards my life's purpose. I am worthy of love and respect. I deserve good people around me. What my life purpose is only decided by me. All is good right here, right now. Peace and tranquility start with a conscious choice. Today I embrace simplicity, peace, and relaxation. A peaceful heart makes a peaceful life. I trust that the universe sends me the best there is in every circumstance. By becoming peace, I create peace in every experience. I fill my whole being with the light of love, peace, and happiness. Peace starts when I give up controlling every detail. I am calm. I breathe in balance, and I breathe out imbalance. Where peace lives, there's no room for fear. Today, my mission is to be a better person for myself and for others. I am love. I am ready for a real and filled with love relationship. All my connections are significant and they fill me up. As I share love with others, the universe gives back love. I appreciate every person I meet as worthy of my love. I trust the universe that it knows what person I need in my life. Today I free myself from fear and I open my heart to welcome real love. I am grateful for the people I have in my life right now. I am the perfect partner for my perfect partner. I am worthy of a real relationship filled with love and respect. I deserve to be loved, and I allow myself to be loved. I am strong and healthy. My energy and vitality increase each and every single day. I am open to the free and natural flow of well-being. My inner voice guides towards the right ways of healing. Abundant health and well-being are my birthrights. Thank you for the vigor, health, and vitality. I feel better and more powerful right now. I love taking care of myself. Today, the food I give my body is my highest priority. I am grateful for the opportunity of balancing my mind, my body, and my soul. I am awakened to receive the highest wisdom. My inner voice guides in every moment of my life. My thinking is clear, organized, and focused. I am always aware of the right actions meant to help me reach my goals. When I know where I want to go, going there is a certainty. Today I am fully in sync with my inner wisdom. Harmony is always a sign of inner balance. Thank you for showing me the way to my dream. I trust my intuition and my feelings. I am detached and always open to the divine guidance. I am filled with light, love, and peace. I always treat myself with compassion and respect. I am not perfect. I am just myself. I love myself. Today I allow myself to shine. I honor the best parts of me, and I share them with others. I am proud of myself. I did good until now. I will be better. Today I allow myself to be stronger than my fears. I love myself, no matter what happens. I am grateful for the traits, qualities, and talents that make me unique. Thank you. I am the creator of my own experiences. I am loved and supported by the universe. I am a powerful spiritual being. I am able to attract everything I need. I am a spiritual being that has a physical experience. I am at peace with the world surrounding me, and the world is at peace with me. I choose to be happy, and I deserve to be happy. Today I create harmony, peace, and joy for myself. I am happy and calm right in this moment. I have everything I need in order to be happy. I give up old beliefs and I install new, healthier ones. I am a positive and important person on this earth. I am confident. I happily build a happy relationship. I strongly believe that I'm attracting my soulmate. Others are attracted to me because of my positive energy. I give up all negative thoughts and feelings about me. I am proud of what I've become. I unconditionally love and accept myself. I am unique and special. I am worthy of others' respect. I welcome all the good things life offers me. Life loves me, and I love life. My life is wonderful. Everything is well now and always. To live fully and free is my birthright. I give life what I want it to give me. I am happy to be alive. Life supports me. Life created me to become full. I trust life, and life supports me in every situation. My future is bright. I now live in love, light, and unlimited happiness. Any situation will turn out well. I am safe. All is good in my world. All works out. I free myself from any destructive fear and doubt. I accept myself and I create peace in my mind and in my heart. I am willing to forgive. Forgiveness is my precious gift. I forgive myself and others, and I free myself. I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and live within me. I am tolerant and compassionate with myself and with other beings. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I am in the process of positive change. Only good things come to me. I am health, happiness, prosperity, and inner peace. I carefully listen to my body's messages. My body always works for a better health. I am whole and healthy. I am content. My intuition is always by my side. I trust it completely. I am ready to change for the better. I am prepared to leave aside any bad habits. I am ready to install new mindsets, new routines. I deserve new constructive thoughts. I am inner peace. My body reflects it through a perfect health state. I am grateful for what I have right now. I welcome new experiences with arms wide open. I have faith that life is wonderful. I am loved because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. I deserve to experience love. I have lovely people by my side, and I easily express my love to others. I have what it takes in my mind and in my soul to enjoy a loving and prosperous life. I have the perfect home. I feel comfortable in my space. I am blessed with a beautiful home. I spread love all around my space and it gives me back warmth and comfort. I am at peace. I appreciate everything I do. I am enough just the way I am. I speak my mind whenever I feel like it. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. I am strong. I can face any challenge. I live in the present moment. The past is gone and it has no power over me. Starting now, I am free. I create my thoughts. I choose only positive ones. I am safe and I am free. I free myself from any guilt. I do my best with what I know, understand, and am conscious of. I am unlimited in creating the life that I want. I give love and joy, and they come back to me. I am perfect, and life is a joy. I create with love a wonderful life. My heart's door is always open and I am safe. I let in only good, positive thoughts. I am a strong love channel that heals. I am determined to experience all life's joys. I am beyond excited to live in my body. I am meant to look the way I look so I honor this with unconditional love. Each organ, each cell, each muscle and bone reacts to the love I send by giving me radiant health. Nothing and nobody can disturb my inner peace. I create the chaos and I make it go away. I am in charge. I am flexible and free. I accept that life is filled with changing experiences. I am open for change. I am not my parents' limitation. Fear and restrictions are false thoughts hanging from my mind. I wash them away with positive intentions. I observe my negative thoughts and I easily clear them out. I am created to experience love and kindness. My thoughts are my best friends. I now free myself from any destructive ideas. I believe in my dreams. My mind is a powerful tool, and I use it in my own best interest. I give 100% in everything I do. I am patient. I take it step by step. I am aware that all starts with me. I love and appreciate myself. I am in charge of my own happiness. I take tough times as a sign to move in a different direction. My happiness lies within me. Nothing from the outside can give it to me. I am responsible for my own feelings. My life is my creation. I stop complaining right here, right now. What is best has yet to come. I believe in the beautiful tomorrow. My future is filled with great opportunities. I am grateful for every breath I take. I am surrounded by loving people who encourage me to be healthy. Each day of my life is filled with contentment, hope, and gratitude. My body is connected to the universe wisdom. Health is my birthright. Perfect health is my divine right. Right now, I claim this right. Every day, my body is filled with more and more energy, is healthier, and filled with more vitality. My body speaks to me and tells me what it needs. My body does everything possible to create the perfect health state. I take care of it with love and respect. I am deeply grateful for the healing going on within every cell of my body. I free myself from every ill thought regarding people, incidents, events, or anything else. I am ready to heal my body. A healing energy flows within me now and always. I deserve to live a healthy and fulfilled life. I attract it every single moment. I eat well and I appropriately hydrate my body. I have enough physical activity. I am able to make the best choices for myself. Joy and vitality are my natural states. My immune system protects my body in a wise and strong way. My body radiates pure vitality. Each system within my body functions perfectly. I am grateful for all the healing processes taking place within my body right now. I have a healthy and strong heart that beats in the perfect rhythm of life. My back is strong and supportive. I fully trust my intuition and wisdom. Whatever happens has a reason, and I can see the good in it. I free myself from anger. I trust life's process. I may not see the good in this tough moment, but I am aware that it is there. I gather all my hopes and courage, and I claim their power. I choose to be optimistic about any problem. I ask for help and guidance whenever I need to. I feel strong and present in my life. I am more than enough. I leave behind any doubt and insecurities. I start doing right here, right now. I trust my decisions. This is the best time to act. This is the time to work out. This is the time to start eating well. I am determined. I am totally present in my relationship. I appreciate the quality time I spend with my loved ones. Kind words and love gestures are always present in my relationships. I am deeply grateful for all the love and support that I receive from other people. I focus on the good things in my relationships. Whatever happens to me, it is meant to be. This is a great time to be alive. I put all my passion and energy in everything I do. I am comfortable with how I speak and how I behave. I free myself of the need to judge. I do my best to understand people more. I am compassionate. I am bound to experience the right events for my life. I am a fast learner. I am willing to invest time and patience in my growth. I understand that I have all I need to develop. As I forgive others, I forgive myself. I detach myself from the need to punish those who did me wrong. Their behavior is not my responsibility. I choose what is right, and I heal myself while doing this. Others' behaviors do not determine who I am. I, and only I, can decide how to react in life. I choose to be loving and forgiving always. I control how I respond to others' attitudes. People care about my feelings and they respect me. I am unconditional love. I always react with love and truth instead of fear and doubt. I am able to learn how to make good decisions and how to create effective lifestyles for myself. I am open to welcome others' love and admiration. I confront my pains and I go past them. I am at peace with myself and with others around me. I am complete just the way I am. I focus on making my heart feel good and not my senses. I enjoy life every way I can. I believe in my heart's truth. I am capable of making myself feel safe and protected. I enjoy every single moment of my experience. I am willing to learn and to give unconditional love. I free myself from the need to change others. I focus on myself and what I need to improve. I am a wonderful creation. I choose to be happy for all my blessings. I create my own happy circumstances. I detach myself from negative vibes. I avoid gossip and the people who do it. I am useful. I am wanted. I am effective. I enjoy my whole being. Nothing has power over me unless I allow it to. I am free. I am for inner peace and not for material things. I treasure the present moment. Any worries about the future are a useless waste of energy. I am safe to free myself from the past. I am the perfect piece in my life's puzzle. Right here, right now, I start building my own perfect life. I take care of myself and I am safe. I am destined for good things. I am patient. I respect my own rhythm. I find peace in the love I give and receive from others. I am satisfied with my actions. I can love myself right now without waiting for others to do it. I am completely relaxed. I am safe in this very moment. I am polite and kind with others and myself. The world is what it is. I choose to be kind and respectful. I choose to rewrite my story with love and wisdom. I let go of regrets and I start a new chapter. I choose what is right and the universe rewards me. I am free to make my own right choices. I am in command. I deserve to be appreciated for the good things that I do. I inhale life and exhale shame. I inhale love and exhale guilt. I believe that everything is possible. I am here for a purpose. The universe will keep me safe to fulfill this purpose. I help others, and others will help me. It is safe to open up with new people and new experiences. I free myself from the guilt of being happy. I deserve my happy moments. I welcome life in its fullness. I cherish all moments, either good or bad. I have the wisdom and guidance I need to work things out, no matter what. I live my life the way I feel, and life rewards me. I am able to center my heart on happiness and love. I focus on my own experiences and not on others. People accept me just the way I am. Life flows through me and I embrace its energy. I am grateful to be here. It is safe to share my love with others. It is safe to share my life with others. Love is everything. Winning is not. I live by what my heart dictates. I go past my unhealthy choices to discover my life's real meaning. I am willing to try everything that life gives me. I am a warrior. I don't give up. Starting right now, I make the impossible possible. I can do whatever I need to do because I am supported. I can and I will. I am able to move forward with faith, with an open mind, and with joy. I am motivated to move in order to create the perfect circumstances for me. I have the capacity to learn and to teach others. I am able to make a step forward and speak my truth. I am capable. It is okay to wish for something that somebody else can offer. I can ask for my rights and still be a good person. I am able to accept defeat and move forward. Just because I haven't reached my goals, it doesn't mean that my actions were not efficient. Others' opinions are never more valid than mine. Maybe I wish to help my loved ones, but it is not necessary to do this all the time. If I choose to say no, this doesn't make me a bad person. If I say no to somebody who asked me for my help, it doesn't mean that I had to say yes. I feel good in my own skin, even though not everybody likes me. Anything I need to know, it will be revealed to me at the right time. There is enough good for everybody in this world. I am worthy of good things. I create the perfect conditions for my perfect life. I ignore the obstacles and I focus on fulfilling my own good. Anything I focus on increases, so I focus only on the treats my life offers me. I am on my way towards my best self. I am developing. I dissolve all negative vibrations. I align with the divine positive frequencies. I show no interest for complaints and pettiness. I trust where my inner voice guides me. I find a way when others tell me there isn't one. I listen to others' voices, but I let them go past me. I respect my dignity. I make time for myself. I am capable of doing grand things because I trust my intuition. I use my present time, not my future. I choose to make things happen right here and right now. I trust what I speak. I cherish my uniqueness, and I am safe to share it with those around me. My asset is myself. I am free to be myself. I am responsible only for my own attitude. I feel blessed for my 2 feet that help me move. I am grateful for the changes I've been through. I deserve a better life. My mind is open to receive all the prosperity this universe has to offer. I am in a constant state of grace and contentment. I choose only quality content to fill my mind with. I spread out into the world only good energies and positive vibes. It is okay to ignore certain people. I can choose to not speak with certain people. I am a good friend, even though I don't call my friends that often. I am a good child, even though I don't tell my parents how much I love them. I am a deserving person, even though I am not fully aware of my worthiness. I am more focused and less distracted. I am more silent and less noisy. I am more willing and less ignorant. I am complex. I have all that I need to build amazing experiences for others and myself. I am perfect just the way I am. I claim my worth, and the universe reveals it to me. My heart is valuable, and I take good care of it. I protect myself from any bad vibrations. I dance on my own music. It is okay for others to not understand me. I am okay with myself, and it is enough. I am comfortable speaking with myself in the mirror. I am wrong. I am sorry. Thank you. I believe in you. I am proud of you. I need you. I trust you. I respect you. I am worth living this life. I control my thoughts in the direction that I choose. I am the creator of my world. I love my body profoundly, deeply, and joyously. My body has its own wisdom, and I fully trust it. My looks are just a projection of what I think about myself. I become more beautiful and more shiny each and every day. I love the person I see in the mirror. I choose to see the divine perfection in every cell of my body. As I love me more, I allow others to love me. I am love and I am compassion. Deficiencies transform through love and acceptance. Right here, right now, I choose to honor my beauty, my strength, and my unique way of being. I love the way I feel when I take care of me. Today, my own well-being is my main priority. I completely trust my inner voice. The more I get to know myself, the clearer it becomes what my life's purpose is. Today, I follow my heart and I discover my destiny. I have my special place in this world. My life's goal is to share with others the best parts of me. Today I offer the world the gift of love, passion, joy, and my talent. Right here, right now, I start moving towards my life's purpose. I am worthy of love and respect. I deserve good people around me. What my life purpose is only decided by me. All is good right here, right now. Peace and tranquility start with a conscious choice. Today I embrace simplicity, peace, and relaxation. A peaceful heart makes a peaceful life. I trust that the universe sends me the best there is in every circumstance. By becoming peace, I create peace in every experience. I fill my whole being with the light of love, peace, and happiness. Peace starts when I give up controlling every detail. I am calm. I breathe in balance, and I breathe out imbalance. Where peace lives, there's no room for fear. Today, my mission is to be a better person for myself and for others. I am love. I am ready for a real and filled with love relationship. All my connections are significant and they fill me up. As I share love with others, the universe gives back love. I appreciate every person I meet as worthy of my love. I trust the universe that it knows what person I need in my life. Today I free myself from fear and I open my heart to welcome real love. I am grateful for the people I have in my life right now. I am the perfect partner for my perfect partner. I am worthy of a real relationship filled with love and respect. I deserve to be loved, and I allow myself to be loved. I am strong and healthy. My energy and vitality increase each and every single day. I am open to the free and natural flow of well-being. My inner voice guides towards the right ways of healing. Abundant health and well-being are my birthrights. Thank you for the vigor, health, and vitality. I feel better and more powerful right now. I love taking care of myself. Today, the food I give my body is my highest priority. I am grateful for the opportunity of balancing my mind, my body, and my soul. I am awakened to receive the highest wisdom. My inner voice guides in every moment of my life. My thinking is clear, organized, and focused. I am always aware of the right actions meant to help me reach my goals. When I know where I want to go, going there is a certainty. Today I am fully in sync with my inner wisdom. Harmony is always a sign of inner balance. Thank you for showing me the way to my dream. I trust my intuition and my feelings. I am detached and always open to the divine guidance. I am filled with light, love, and peace. I always treat myself with compassion and respect. I am not perfect. I am just myself. I love myself. Today I allow myself to shine. I honor the best parts of me, and I share them with others. I am proud of myself. I did good until now. I will be better. Today I allow myself to be stronger than my fears. I love myself, no matter what happens. I am grateful for the traits, qualities, and talents that make me unique. Thank you. I am the creator of my own experiences. I am loved and supported by the universe. I am a powerful spiritual being. I am able to attract everything I need. I am a spiritual being that has a physical experience. I am at peace with the world surrounding me, and the world is at peace with me. I choose to be happy, and I deserve to be happy. Today I create harmony, peace, and joy for myself. I am happy and calm right in this moment. I have everything I need in order to be happy. I give up old beliefs and I install new, healthier ones. I am a positive and important person on this earth. I am confident. I happily build a happy relationship. I strongly believe that I am attracting my soulmate. Others are attracted to me because of my positive energy. I give up all negative thoughts and feelings about me. I am proud of what I've become. I unconditionally love and accept myself. I am unique and special. I am worthy of others' respect. I welcome all the good things life offers me. Life loves me, and I love life. My life is wonderful. Everything is well now and always. To live fully and free is my birthright. I give life what I want it to give me. I am happy to be alive. Life supports me. Life created me to become full. I trust life, and life supports me in every situation. My future is bright. I now live in love, light, and unlimited happiness. Any situation will turn out well. I am safe. All is good in my world. All works out. I free myself from any destructive fear and doubt. I accept myself and I create peace in my mind and in my heart. I am willing to forgive. Forgiveness is my precious gift. I forgive myself and others, and I free myself. I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and live within me. I am tolerant and compassionate with myself and with other beings. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I am in the process of positive change. Only good things come to me. I am health, happiness, prosperity, and inner peace. I carefully listen to my body's messages. My body always works for a better health. I am whole and healthy. I am content. My intuition is always by my side. I trust it completely. I am ready to change for the better. I am prepared to leave aside any bad habits. I am ready to install new mindsets, new routines. I deserve new constructive thoughts. I am inner peace. My body reflects it through a perfect health state. I am grateful for what I have right now. I welcome new experiences with arms wide open. I have faith that life is wonderful. I am loved because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. I deserve to experience love. I have lovely people by my side, and I easily express my love to others. I have what it takes in my mind and in my soul to enjoy a loving and prosperous life. I have the perfect home. I feel comfortable in my space. I am blessed with a beautiful home. I spread love all around my space and it gives me back warmth and comfort. I am at peace. I appreciate everything I do. I am enough just the way I am. I speak my mind whenever I feel like it. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. I am strong. I can face any challenge. I live in the present moment. The past is gone and it has no power over me. Starting now, I am free. I create my thoughts. I choose only positive ones. I am safe and I am free. I free myself from any guilt. I do my best with what I know, understand, and am conscious of. I am unlimited in creating the life that I want. I give love and joy, and they come back to me. I am perfect, and life is a joy. I create with love a wonderful life. My heart's door is always open, and I am safe. I let in only good, positive thoughts. I am a strong love channel that heals. I am determined to experience all life's joys. I am beyond excited to live in my body. I am meant to look the way I look so I honor this with unconditional love. Each organ, each cell, each muscle and bone reacts to the love I send by giving me radiant health. Nothing and nobody can disturb my inner peace. I create the chaos and I make it go away. I am in charge. I am flexible and free. I accept that life is filled with changing experiences. I am open for change. I am not my parents' limitation. Fear and restrictions are false thoughts hanging from my mind. I wash them away with positive intentions. I observe my negative thoughts and I easily clear them out. I am created to experience love and kindness. My thoughts are my best friends. I now free myself from any destructive ideas. I believe in my dreams. My mind is a powerful tool, and I use it in my own best interest. I give 100% in everything I do. I am patient. I take it step by step. I am aware that all starts with me. I love and appreciate myself. I am in charge of my own happiness. I take tough times as a sign to move in a different direction. My happiness lies within me. Nothing from the outside can give it to me. I am responsible for my own feelings. My life is my creation. I stop complaining right here, right now. What is best has yet to come. I believe in the beautiful tomorrow. My future is filled with great opportunities. I am grateful for every breath I take. I am surrounded by loving people who encourage me to be healthy. Each day of my life is filled with contentment, hope, and gratitude. My body is connected to the universe wisdom. Health is my birthright. Perfect health is my divine right. Right now, I claim this right. Every day, my body is filled with more and more energy, is healthier, and filled with more vitality. My body speaks to me and tells me what it needs. My body does everything possible to create the perfect health state. I take care of it with love and respect. I am deeply grateful for the healing going on within every cell of my body. I free myself from every ill thought regarding people, incidents, events, or anything else. I am ready to heal my body. A healing energy flows within me now and always. I deserve to live a healthy and fulfilled life. I attract it every single moment. I eat well and I appropriately hydrate my body. I have enough physical activity. I am able to make the best choices for myself. Joy and vitality are my natural states. My immune system protects my body in a wise and strong way. My body radiates pure vitality. Each system within my body functions perfectly. I am grateful for all the healing processes taking place within my body right now. I have a healthy and strong heart that beats in the perfect rhythm of life. My back is strong and supportive. I fully trust my intuition and wisdom. Whatever happens has a reason, and I can see the good in it. I free myself from anger. I trust life's process. I may not see the good in this tough moment, but I am aware that it is there. I gather all my hopes and courage, and I claim their power. I choose to be optimistic about any problem. I ask for help and guidance whenever I need to. I feel strong and present in my life. I am more than enough. I leave behind any doubt and insecurities. I start doing right here, right now. I trust my decisions. This is the best time to act. This is the time to work out. This is the time to start eating well. I am determined. I am totally present in my relationship. I appreciate the quality time I spend with my loved ones. Kind words and love gestures are always present in my relationships. I am deeply grateful for all the love and support that I receive from other people. I focus on the good things in my relationships. Whatever happens to me, it is meant to be. This is a great time to be alive. I put all my passion and energy in everything I do. I am comfortable with how I speak and how I behave. I free myself of the need to judge. I do my best to understand people more. I am compassionate. I am bound to experience the right events for my life. I am a fast learner. I am willing to invest time and patience in my growth. I understand that I have all I need to develop. As I forgive others, I forgive myself. I detach myself from the need to punish those who did me wrong. Their behavior is not my responsibility. I choose what is right, and I heal myself while doing this. Others' behaviors do not determine who I am. I, and only I, can decide how to react in life. I choose to be loving and forgiving always. I control how I respond to others' attitudes. People care about my feelings and they respect me. I am unconditional love. I always react with love and truth instead of fear and doubt. I am able to learn how to make good decisions and how to create effective lifestyles for myself. I am open to welcome others' love and admiration. I confront my pains and I go past them. I am at peace with myself and with others around me. I am complete just the way I am. I focus on making my heart feel good and not my senses. I enjoy life every way I can. I believe in my heart's truth. I am capable of making myself feel safe and protected. I enjoy every single moment of my experience. I am willing to learn and to give unconditional love. I free myself from the need to change others. I focus on myself and what I need to improve. I am a wonderful creation. I choose to be happy for all my blessings. I create my own happy circumstances. I detach myself from negative vibes. I avoid gossip and the people who do it. I am useful. I am wanted. I am effective. I enjoy my whole being. Nothing has power over me unless I allow it to. I am free. I am for inner peace and not for material things. I treasure the present moment. Any worries about the future are a useless waste of energy. I am safe to free myself from the past. I am the perfect piece in my life's puzzle. Right here, right now, I start building my own perfect life. I take care of myself and I am safe. I am destined for good things. I am patient. I respect my own rhythm. I find peace in the love I give and receive from others. I am satisfied with my actions. I can love myself right now without waiting for others to do it. I am completely relaxed. I am safe in this very moment. I am polite and kind with others and myself. The world is what it is. I choose to be kind and respectful. I choose to rewrite my story with love and wisdom. I let go of regrets and I start a new chapter. I choose what is right, and the universe rewards me. I am free to make my own right choices. I am in command. I deserve to be appreciated for the good things that I do. I inhale life and exhale shame. I inhale love and exhale guilt. I believe that everything is possible. I am here for a purpose. The universe will keep me safe to fulfill this purpose. I help others, and others will help me. It is safe to open up with new people and new experiences. I free myself from the guilt of being happy. I deserve my happy moments. I welcome life in its fullness. I cherish all moments, either good or bad. I have the wisdom and guidance I need to work things out, no matter what. I live my life the way I feel, and life rewards me. I am able to center my heart on happiness and love. I focus on my own experiences and not on others. People accept me just the way I am. Life flows through me and I embrace its energy. I am grateful to be here. It is safe to share my love with others. It is safe to share my life with others. Love is everything. Winning is not. I live by what my heart dictates. I go past my unhealthy choices to discover my life's real meaning. I am willing to try everything that life gives me. I am a warrior. I don't give up. Starting right now, I make the impossible possible. I can do whatever I need to do because I am supported. I can and I will. I am able to move forward with faith, with an open mind, and with joy. I am motivated to move in order to create the perfect circumstances for me. I have the capacity to learn and to teach others. I am able to make a step forward and speak my truth. I am capable. It is okay to wish for something that somebody else can offer. I can ask for my rights and still be a good person. I am able to accept defeat and move forward. Just because I haven't reached my goals, it doesn't mean that my actions were not efficient. Others' opinions are never more valid than mine. Maybe I wish to help my loved ones, but it is not necessary to do this all the time. If I choose to say no, this doesn't make me a bad person. If I say no to somebody who asked me for my help, it doesn't mean that I had to say yes. I feel good in my own skin, even though not everybody likes me. Anything I need to know, it will be revealed to me at the right time. There is enough good for everybody in this world. I am worthy of good things. I create the perfect conditions for my perfect life. I ignore the obstacles and I focus on fulfilling my own good. Anything I focus on increases, so I focus only on the treats my life offers me. I am on my way towards my best self. I am developing. I dissolve all negative vibrations. I align with the divine positive frequencies. I show no interest for complaints and pettiness. I trust where my inner voice guides me. I find a way when others tell me there isn't one. I listen to others' voices, but I let them go past me. I respect my dignity. I make time for myself. I am capable of doing grand things because I trust my intuition. I use my present time, not my future. I choose to make things happen right here and right now. I trust what I speak. I cherish my uniqueness, and I am safe to share it with those around me. My asset is myself. I am free to be myself. I am responsible only for my own attitude. I feel blessed for my 2 feet that help me move. I am grateful for the changes I've been through. I deserve a better life. My mind is open to receive all the prosperity this universe has to offer. I am in a constant state of grace and contentment. I choose only quality content to fill my mind with. I spread out into the world only good energies and positive vibes. It is okay to ignore certain people. I can choose to not speak with certain people. I am a good friend, even though I don't call my friends that often. I am a good child, even though I don't tell my parents how much I love them. I am a deserving person, even though I am not fully aware of my worthiness. I am more focused and less distracted. I am more silent and less noisy. I am more willing and less ignorant. I am complex. I have all that I need to build amazing experiences for others and myself. I am perfect just the way I am. I claim my worth, and the universe reveals it to me. My heart is valuable, and I take good care of it. I protect myself from any bad vibrations. I dance on my own music. It is okay for others to not understand me. I am okay with myself, and it is enough. I am comfortable speaking with myself in the mirror. I am wrong. I am sorry. Thank you. I believe in you. I am proud of you. I need you.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
See, do you agree with me that our lives today as a generation of people has become far more comfortable and far more convenient simply because of our understanding of science and our exploitation of that knowledge as technology?
Yes. Definitely.
We are the most comfortable generation ever in the history of humanity, no question about it, isn't it?
Yes.
We are super empowered because of this science and technology. As there is a science and technology for our external well-being, there is a whole science and technology for inner well-being. Unfortunately, most cultures have ignored this and thinking that if we make all the external arrangements well, everything will be okay. United States of America is a huge statement that this is not how it works. The most affluent country on the planet, 70% of the population are supposed to be on prescription medication. See, when you understand life as a race, if you're in a race, what's the objective? You must reach the finish line quick, isn't it?
Yes.
What is the finish line of your life?
Death.
There you have it. This may not be a conscious process, but life within you is understanding it like that. When you… see, you must understand this, whether you are conscious of it or not, any human being. Right now, if you make yourself miserable, you must understand you are sending a message to every cell in the body that I don't want to live. You might not have articulated it in your head yet, but when you become miserable, you notice suddenly your body seems heavy and it's like, doesn't want to get up from this chair. Have you seen this?
Yes.
When you're happy, you're willing to bounce at everything and do everything, bend backwards if necessary. Why this is happening is the message has gone to every cell in the body, this guy wants to die. They're all thinking, okay, what can we do to help him? But by then, of course, you'll recover. So you want to die, you want to live, you want to die, you want to live. The body is getting confused because you must understand this is a very intelligent body. It's taking instructions from you. Every cell in the body has an enormous sense of memory and intelligence. If you keep sending wrong messages, if they act, you're dead. Because you're sending contradictory messages, you're not dead, you're half dead. You can give it any number of exotic names. Essentially, you have turned your intelligence against yourself. This is supposed to work for you, but now you've turned it against yourself, it's working against you. Let's say we turn off all the lights. If the lights are on, you can whistle and just walk around wherever you want in this building. We'll turn off all the lights and make it pitch dark where you can't even see your own hand, like that. Now, every step that you take, will you take it in utmost alertness? Will you be fully awake or asleep?
Fully awake.
Fully awake. Why? Because you don't know where's the next step. Just to live like this. If you simply live like this, naturally you're on the highway to enlightenment. Everybody assume and believe because it's comfortable to simply believe something. The very word belief means this, that I have concretized assumptions of which I know nothing about, isn't it? Isn't it so?
Yeah.
Either you know or you do not know. Where does the belief come from? When you pretend what you do not know as I know, that's belief. But you can't believe something all by yourself. So you need 100 people around you. That's why always believers are in groups, seekers are alone.
Talk to me about a seeker. What is a seeker? Is that something useful to cultivate?
You don't have to cultivate this. This is intrinsic to human intelligence. If you do not build yourself with all kinds of things that you do not know as you know, it's intrinsic to human intelligence to seek, isn't it?
Yes.
You don't have to teach seeking. You have to teach belief systems. You don't have to teach seeking. If you don't teach anything, everybody is a seeker. It is the nature of human intelligence, it naturally seeks. But people want to seek with the comfort of belief. They want to be in the belief system and then seek. This is like tying your boat to the pier and then rowing hard. See, people have divided the universe. This is important, this is not important. This person is important for me, this person is not important for me. This is important for me, that's not important for me. You divided the universe. You will never know anything this way. Indiscriminate focus, indiscriminate attention. I am not attending to you because you are somebody with a cobra in your heart, all right? It doesn't matter who I speak to, who I am with, I'm the same way. Indiscriminate. Only when your attention and involvement is indiscriminate does the universe open up to you. You have discriminated, naturally you close. You know, people come to me and say, Sadhguru, I want to walk the spiritual path. I say, okay, be here for 3 days, let's see what we can do. So, no Sadhguru, day after tomorrow, my uncle's daughter's birthday, I have to go. Oh, you want to get enlightened? And day after tomorrow, uncle's daughter's birthday also. All right, we got 1.5 days. You do one thing, you do this, this and this. I said, Sadhguru, but I don't like this. All right, I'll give them a small piece of paper and say, okay, write down things that you like, we'll only do that. You won't believe it, in this entire universe, most people like only 3 or 4 things. When you're so constipated in your head that you like only 3 or 4 people or 3 or 4 things in your life, how do you want to open up to the existence? Because life is happening because of its openness. This is the fundamental difference between death and life is, people are thinking it's just breath, all right, on one level, that is also openness. Whether you allow this to happen or you don't allow it to happen, whether you did it consciously or unconsciously, but it's happening, isn't it? Openness is on every subatomic particle, is in communication with everything. That's why this is going on. Breath is happening, so much is happening in connection with everything. It is only in openness you're alive. As you close doors, you're dying in installments. Dying in installments is torture. See, life is fantastic if you're alive and fully alive. This may sound very not so compassionate, but I'm saying, everybody dies, you and me will die, all right? If you're dead, the game is over. But if you're half dead, oh, this is endless torture to yourself. When you are being tortured, of course you'll share it with everybody else. Fundamentally, if people understand that the source of human experience is within you, joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, pleasure or pain, everything comes from within. If you understand this much, if I understand, suppose right now I think I'm miserable because of you, there's no solution for my life, isn't it? Because all you have to do is walk in front of my home, I will become miserable. So simple it is. You don't have to kill me, you just have to walk around in front of me. I will die within myself every day. If I understand the source of my joy and misery are within me, then you know what's the obvious choice?
Joy.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? So this one fundamental thing has to get across to all the human beings on this planet. Your experience is entirely determined by you. This is what the word karma means, unfortunately. It's become something else here. Karma means action. That means when we say your life is your karma, we are saying your life is entirely your making, 100%. What happens in the world, there are many, many forces involved. What happens within me, it's 100% me, 100%, isn't it?
Yes.
If you don't take charge of this, then you're an accidental life. When you're an accidental life, anxiety is very natural. So this is why consciousness means this, that you have taken charge of the instruments of life, which on most fundamental level is our physiological and psychological space. You've taken charge of this. Now your health, your happiness, your…
We are running out of time. What are you gonna do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
If you've seen Limitless, the movie with Bradley Cooper, it was sort of patterned roughly off. This is something where you take it and you're like, well, I feel more like myself than I have in a long time, and my ability to focus, you feel limitless. Starting in my mid-20s, I said, my brain isn't working the way it's supposed to. I started forgetting things. I was having problems that I didn't like, and my career was just taking off. So I said, what can I do to hack this? I ordered my first big package of smart drugs, and these are mostly pharmaceuticals. They came in, I was all excited, and I took the first of the bunch I was testing out on myself. It was called paracetam, and I use an analog of that even today, and I read about that in Game Changers. But the experience was really weird. I took it for a week, and I'm like, damn, I was so excited. I'm so disappointed, this stuff doesn't work. So I stopped taking it. And the next day I said, you know, I'm grasping for words. And I realized the previous week, every time I wanted to think of a word, it would just come to me. And then I found that I'd say, what's the word for that? What was I gonna say? And I realized I wasn't having that. What good nootropics do, the ones that aren't energizing, which is a different effect that's also helpful, they make you feel more like yourself. They reduce the struggle and the work it takes to do something. So it would have been within your skill set, but a struggle or a stretch, like, oh, I got that. Sort of like if you could, lift a 35-pound dumbbell, but it's work, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh yeah, I got that. Maybe I could do 45. So it's this performance enhancer, but it feels so natural. It feels like yourself that after a very short period of time, you get used to having that superpower, and it just becomes your new normal. And it turns out there's a whole bunch of different racetam family drugs. Paracetam's been around for almost 60 years. It's made by Sandoz Pharmaceuticals, a big pharmaceutical company in Europe. It's protective of your neurons. It increases oxygen, but not blood flow in the brain. And we're not sure all the ways that it works, but it's got a long safety history. The downsides are it may use more acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter. You can eat raw egg yolks or take soy lecithin, or some of the supplements that I make have things that increase acetylcholine in it, and it's widely available at Whole Foods or anywhere.
Would you have to eat raw egg yolks to get it?
If they're lightly cooked, it's okay, but if you burn your egg yolks, you're not really going to get functional choline. It'll be burned. It's damaged by heat. So you go through that. It's like that might be one side effect. The other side effect, it amplifies caffeine. So you take one of these things, hold on, your brain works better. It protects your neurons in low oxygen environments, increases oxygen in the brain, and things work better. Like, I think I like this. And what I switched to, and in Game Changers I kind of give the dosage and all this, is one called aniracetam. And aniracetam is lower stress. It also is the only one that increases memory I/O, or input-output. And I'm a computer science guy. I was a computer hacker by training when I weighed 300 pounds. And if you can increase the speed that you put something into a computer's memory or you get it out, it radically changes the performance of the whole computer. So faster memory means something. Well, as a human being, if you can find a substance that increases your ability to get things in and out of your memory, when you meditate, you're going to remember how to meditate better. When you study, you're going to remember what you do better. When you want to recall what you did, you're going to do it better. I've been on that stuff for 20 years, and it's really impactful.
Wow.
There's also these things that if you increase energy in the brain, you increase performance everywhere. And that's been a big focus. My book before Game Changers was called Headstrong, all about if you increase function of energy producing cells called mitochondria in the brain, what's it going to do? And it turns out your emotions get better, your ability to regulate your emotions, your ability to recall things, your ability to just have raw power to be you, it goes up. Some nootropics, and a lot of the ones that I focused my formulations on, are around increasing energy throughout the body, but most especially in the brain. And then others are around manipulating or modifying things. Another nootropic that's really powerful is something that comes from green coffee fruit. Not the coffee beans themselves, but actually the fruit itself. And we produce it, it's called Neuromaster. There's a compound in the brain called BDNF, brain-derived nootropic factor. And this is nootropic factor, we're talking about nootropics, this is stuff that lets the brain be more plastic, more like a young brain. And it's tied to something called nerve growth factor. And if you can find a way to raise those things, your brain will act like a young person's brain. It'll learn faster. So the number one thing that we know that's free that raises both of those is exercise. High intensity interval training, lifting heavy things, stuff that you've talked about before on the show, right? But this compound in Neuromaster raises your BDNF levels 4 times more than exercise. So I'm like, I think I'll exercise and I'll take that stuff. So I want that young plastic brain. And after 20 years of trying pretty much every nootropic out there, I've settled in on what works for my brain. But my advice for you as you go down that path, and for everyone watching or listening, is your brain is not the same as your spouse, your friend, even your parents, although it's more likely to be like your parents. So the stack that works for me may not be the stack for you. And this is why when you see companies who have like 15 different racetams and all this stuff in there, don't start there. Because one of those may have a negative effect on you, and one may have a very positive effect. So try those individually. Most of the time with supplements, try all the ones that might work and see if you get the results you want, then pull them out. I found that with nootropics, it doesn't work that way for the pharmaceuticals. With the plant-based ones, it usually does. And I make something called Smart Mode, which is a set of very well-studied plant-based compounds for cognitive enhancement. Kind of a different universe than the pharmaceutical side. And it's funny because another nootropic that's controversial, and it's in Game Changers, is microdosing of LSD. I interviewed 500 plus people, Nobel Prize winners, all these people, and I said, not what does one person do? I asked them all the same structured question, but what do they all have in common? Like, what are the rules they follow to become game changers? Not all of them microdose LSD. In fact, very few of them do. But the 3 big buckets that came out of all this research over several years was they do things to be smarter, faster, and happier. So happiness doesn't come from wealth, but wealth can come from happiness. But being angry and tired and unhappy all the time is not a good way to become successful or to change the game in your field, or frankly to become wealthy or powerful or whatever else important. I also got from the data, not one person who's been a game changer named, when I asked 3 most important things in the world for people who want to perform better, not one said wealth, power, or fame. They're not seeking that. That is not the target. It is a side effect of them doing what they're here to do. And I had this dinner in New York. It was profound. My friend Andrew hosted this, and there's this long table, 25 people, and there's hedge fund managers, like big people in New York. And it was a Jeffersonian dialogue. And what that means is that instead of just having a random dinner conversation, one person asks a question at the table, and then we discuss it, only one person at a time. So we're all listening and focused. It was really cool. I've never done that before. And when it got to be my turn to ask a question, I said, all right, how many people here have used hallucinogens or psychedelics for personal development? Every single hand at the table went up. Wow. And I'm talking 20-year-old artists to 70-year-old senior executive people. They'd all done it at least once. Get outside your head doesn't mean you go do drugs. In fact, if you're under 25, I would say don't go do drugs because your brain's not done cooking. Don't go, to some random party, even Burning Man. Do it with a trained professional in a place where it's legal. And I talk about, you can actually go to a place in Costa Rica that has a medically licensed ayahuasca setting. I did ayahuasca in Peru 20 years ago with a shaman in the jungle, which was a transformative experience for me. But just to go out there and say, hey, I got someone to go to Disneyland, that is not good for your soul. It is not good for your performance. It's not cognitive enhancing. But having the ability to look in and see what your mistakes are, you can do this with holotropic breathing, which is a type of breathing that was developed to replace LSD for psychotherapy in the early 70s.
I saw in the book. Go into detail about that.
Oh, I love this. So Tom, in addition to this, losing 100 pounds, getting control of my biology, and having a successful career, making my brain work better, when all the stuff that was supposed to work didn't work, I said, I'm going to go outside the box. I'm an engineer. So I'm going to try meditation. I said, I'm going to do a personal development thing. And I was at a point in my life, I was ending a relationship, and a friend said, Dave, you have to go do this. And I said, what is it? She said, I'm not going to tell you. So what? She said, you won't do it if I tell you. So just trust me. All right, fine. I didn't know what else to do, and I was feeling kind of desperate. So I went to this personal development retreat, and a part of this was you'd lay down on a mat with a facilitator sort of watching over you. There's a bunch of other people in the room doing the same thing, and they play like movie soundtrack music, and you do this really deep, rapid breathing. And The technical term for what you do is called tripping balls. You're like, what is going on here? And literally...
Is it because you're essentially hyperventilating?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're hypoxic. I've done this with Stan Grof, the guy who invented it. He's the guy who created the field of transpersonal psychology. In the 60s, in Czechoslovakia, when it was still one country, he had, from Sandoz Pharmaceuticals, the same company that makes paracetam, he had a shipment of LSD when it was first invented. And he, as a licensed psychiatrist, treated 3,000 patients with LSD. And he noticed that they were all getting better, and he was frustrated that the Freudian stuff wasn't working.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running
15 to 20 minute sessions on a daily basis, and it basically just defrags your cognitive hard drive. That's being used off-label by a lot of executives. One session, you've got 20 to 40 minutes where you're not going to be your normal self, and go crush it and see how fast you learn stuff. And the acceleration and learning in those instances was up to 490%. And that literally is the mind expansion element. It's like, can I work on real hard stuff that's in my life, that has practical applications, real world constraints? The bottom line is Silicon Valley, when we go up there and we speak to teams of engineers, and we're like, here's flow states and here's ways to manage your day, and they're like, hey man, our whole engineering team's microdosing, what do you think about that? And I'm like, really? Silicon Valley as just exemplar or emblem of a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of executives that are using transcranial magnetic stimulation. I recommend TMS to everybody that's interested in transcranial magnetic stimulation. It almost looks like one of those the mirrors, you know, those lights that dentists have in their offices, you know, and you can line it up over the front of your brain, and it basically sends magnetic pulses through whatever part of your brain you target. And the typical way they do it is they kind of test it, and they make, you know, like you just end up with a sort of natural response, like grab your thumb and they're like, okay, now it's over the right zone. And they just do 15 to 20 minute sessions on a daily basis. And it basically just defrags your cognitive hard drive. And it's FDA approved for depression, and it performs at like 70, it's 2x as effective as Prozac. A lot of people are using it off-label, and so what they're finding is that by basically kind of pulsing it with magnetic activity and then sort of level setting all of your neuronal connections, when they power back up, it's almost just like a cold, you know, it's just like a hard reboot on your computer that's been on too long. You end up with cleaner pathways and connections and greater efficacy. So that's being used off-label by a lot of executives. It's also being used by colleagues of ours.
How do they shut down?
It depends, but one of them is dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, so you can absolutely target that, and other colleagues of ours that are doing DARPA research, right? Target acquisition with snipers, archery, all these kind of measurable things. How long does it take you to learn stuff? They're using it to basically mechanically induce a flow state. So rather than saying, hey, you've got to roll the dice or spin the tumbler and get lucky, they're just saying, hey, sit here, one session, you've got 20 to 40 minutes where you're not going to be your normal self, right? And go crush it and see how fast you learn stuff. And the acceleration and learning in those instances was up to 490%.
What was the name of the company that's doing that?
Advanced Brain Monitoring has been one of them, for sure.
Give the stats on how much faster you can learn a language. It goes from like 6 months to 6 weeks. Yeah. That's crazy. So what are they doing in the brain to get you in that state, and why does it allow you to learn so much faster? Because reading that in the book, I was like, Jamie and I are going to this place, they're going to zap me, and we're going to learn something really, really fast. And nothing else, I want to advance my Greek. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, the simplest thing that those guys have been doing, and you can do this 1,001 different ways, but is just straight up EEG feedback, so electrical activity. And can I steer myself without 20 years of meditation practice?
Right, so biofeedback, and I'm watching my waves.
Can I just use visualization of my actual real-time data to help me learn to control it faster? Yes, is the short answer. Right, so can I move out of distracted, fast-moving beta into something slower and more receptive like alpha, theta?
Have you seen people get themselves into gamma states?
Yeah. Wow. Yes, and in fact, seasoned meditators, Tibetan lineage monks have a far higher spike in gamma than almost anybody else. And gamma waves, for the folks that don't know, that's like your eureka insight. That's the moment of like, Shazam, I got it. And in fact, I just read a paper in PLOS ONE, the journal, which was 3 different types of meditation and comparing the incidences of gamma frequency based on the different actual meditative styles. So they're not just like, can it be done? And not just and meditators can do it, but like now, which unique traditions do it better? And so the idea here is that you can either do it the old school way, decades of practice, flying blind, but with lineage instruction, right? Or we can accelerate it now. We can say, hey, can I use additional contemporary tools and tech? And can I accelerate my feedback loops? And can I start doing it faster? And once I can do that, it's not that, I sort of just gain access to information I haven't learned or earned. But it is to say that I can put myself into the most receptive and accessible state possible to then go and do that.
Do you think it's more important that it's learned and earned versus just being able to zap yourself or take a drug? Like, for me, the idea of shaving 30 years, I don't care if people think it's cheating. Like, I'll shave 30 years.
Yeah. And so that's another one. You asked, like, why doesn't everybody do this? And in the case, the question was about pharmacological supplementation. But these days, it's getting into tech supplementation. It's getting into VR and AR. Right? The question is what we talk about is the notion of the skin bag bias. The idea that, like, if it's inside my body and I've earned it, that's real and true. And if it comes from outside, it's cheating or a shortcut and not real.
Yeah.
And the answer is just, really? You sure about that? Because it's sort of like, basically the moment you slow that down, you're like, okay, so where's the edges of that argument? You realize there are no edges. It's arbitrary and subjective, and it's culturally ingrained. The realities is we are clever monkeys making shit up all the time, and we're forever influencing ourselves.
Right.
I mean, you go to Boulder, and it's like goddamn Lake Wobegon. You look at a Montessori class in Boulder, and like all the kids are just perfect and beautiful, and then you see the mother and the father, and they're all like 5'12" climbers / pro cyclists / mountaineer PhDs, and they've self-selected, right? We all do this. We do it casually and informally, and then we also do it deliberately with what we eat.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
As your quick brain challenge, or quick challenge if you will, imagine this. Imagine you have a thought experiment where you did this every single day if you're willing. What if the only things in your life tomorrow are the things you express gratitude for today? Let me say that again. What if the only things in your life you had, the people, the opportunities, the resources, the objects, all the things, what if the only things you kept tomorrow are the things you've expressed gratitude for today? Would you live differently? Of course, we all would. And how does it feel to feel grateful? It's amazing, right? Because somebody can have everything and not appreciate it. and it feels like they have nothing. But somebody could have very little resources, but they feel so grateful and appreciative. They like have everything, all right? And so what I want you to do as part of your challenge today is to express your gratitude in one of two ways. You could express it with people around you, and that's wonderful. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, express gratitude for the person that lives or delivers your mail, wherever you are, express gratitude for them, and or express gratitude in a journal. A lot of people, they like to express gratitude by writing things down. So it's verbally is great, but also writing things down kinesthetically. There's something about putting pen to paper and to be able to see all those things. Some people, what they'll do is they'll write on a little note card one thing they're grateful for that day, and they'll put it into like a fishbowl. And then at the end of like 365 days after a year, they just go and read all those things. And I even just get goosebumps thinking about that. I call them truth bumps, but it just, how do you come alive that way? And so my challenge for you today is you deserve to feel like you have more than you think you have. Like if you want to feel truly wealthy, count all of the things you have in your life that money cannot buy. Count, just write down in your gratitude journal or notebook all the things you have in your life that you wouldn't give away for any amount of money. All right, and then you could be able to feel what it really feels like to feel truly wealthy, because we have more than we think we have, even through the challenges. Even I've learned through my challenges of learning, my challenges of public speaking, that sometimes there's a gift in it. And if you start to train yourself to look for it, what we look for, we find, right? You know this, like if you just see a yellow car, you start seeing yellow cars everywhere because it becomes important to you. What if you start asking yourself, what do I feel most grateful for? You'll start seeing that. And where your focus goes, your energy flows, and you start having more of that. And what if you start looking for opportunity more? A lot of people are really good at seeing the negative, right? Do you know somebody like this? Maybe somebody too personally, where they're really good at seeing what's wrong. You could also train yourself and rewire your brain through gratitude practices to see what's right. And what you see, you start seeing more of. So ask yourself the question, what am I grateful for right now? Or if you say nothing, what could I be grateful for right now? So here's your quick brain challenge, is to write 3 things down and post it that you're grateful for today. Either take a picture of your journal or take a picture of something you are grateful for, post it online and say, this is what I'm grateful for today. And ask your friends, what are you grateful for? Because that's a great question and gift you could give them. So are you up for the challenge, Quick Brains? I know you are. This is gonna be a fun one. Write down or post some of your favorite things that you're grateful for right at the moment. It doesn't have to be the biggest things in the world, because what you appreciate appreciates. And you're gonna find that you're gonna have more and more to be grateful for, because a little by little, a little becomes a lot. I think one of the greatest prayers that we have are the simple words, thank you. Just saying thank you, giving thanks. So I wanna thank you for watching this episode.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
It gave me what I needed to write my book. But something else as well. A new path opened up in front of me, and also valuable personal lessons to learn from these ancient teacher plants, because I believe that that's what they are.
The way I describe it, an instant manifestation of
3 years of bioenergetics. In other words, I did for 3 years, I don't want to say happened in 1 minute, but it brought me back to the experience.
I have no idea what they do. What we don't understand about psychedelics is a very thick book. They bend the structure of reality. And I can't understand what they do. I have no conceptual framework for psychedelics. I have no idea what they are. They could be anything. I have no idea. They're unbelievably strange. What they reveal to me is how little we know about everything.
Drinking this ayahuasca, which, I mean, a lot of you think that that's drugs, but it's not at all. It's the marriage of two plants teaching us about divine love. It's an amazing, amazing experience. Just check it out, learn about it. Try not to judge it. It's not about getting high. It has nothing to do with that at all. It's a way of reaching your highest self.
What did they do to the way that you looked at the world?
Made me more grateful to be a part of this world. Didn't feel like it was a burden. Again, I struggled a bit with nihilism as well. Just what's the point of this? It doesn't matter. But I felt more connected to the human experience and that I played a part in it.
It's interesting. So the scientific literature certainly indicates that under some circumstances, psychedelic use can produce outcomes that you could regard as beneficial. Psilocybin seems to be a very effective agent to help people stop smoking. So that's quite interesting because that's a hard problem and it does kill people. 85% success rate was what was reported in the last investigation. If people had a mystical experience, 85% of them quit smoking. It's like, it's pretty interesting.
Psychedelics are plant medicine. I do buy Terence McKenna's food of the gods argument.
Ayahuasca is often much more of a counselor in some ways, or it does give you ideas about what you should be doing, or, you know, like you say, your relationships or insights. You come away with a sense often that, you know, you really have to do something. You have to change something. You have to diet or, you know, talk to your loved one and get some things straightened out or stuff like that.
One of the universal effects of ayahuasca, it's very rare for this effect not to happen. If you're prepared to persist with it, it might not happen on your first night, but if you work with ayahuasca over a period of a couple of weeks, one of the things it leads you to do is to look back on the whole course of your own life. Suddenly find that you're not that shining hero that you thought you were. Ayahuasca shows you that right in your face. It's not like something you read in a book, it's a direct experience of who you actually are. And that's an incredible gift. Because if who you actually are is not a very nice person, there for the first moment you have the opportunity to change that. You've been shown the truth about yourself. And you can either ignore it or you can work with it. And what I find with ayahuasca overwhelmingly for people all around the world is they don't ignore it. They do work with it. They do try to incorporate those lessons they've learned.
Dark room is just like all the master have to go through. So the formula in the Tao said, when you go into the dark until you cannot be dark, you're going to see light. So actually, when I do the research, it's the same thing as we call the melatonin and serotonin and 5-MeO and DMT. That is what the West discovered, the DMT and the 5-MeO. So all the drug is producing this. Okay.
In the dark
so we
therapy.
Call, we call psychedelic drugs.
Right.
It producing the DMT.
Yes.
So the people take it, they seem like, oh, they're our body.
Yeah. I just went to Costa Rica, drank ayahuasca.
Yeah.
That has the
And
DMT.
you go,
And I've got the experience, so I know.
So that is the whole key of that, okay? So now, in a Tao way, they've gone to all these drugs before. They call immortal pill. Immortal pill is a lot of all kind of things inside there. So and one major portion is mercury. And they think they boil the mercury to one level, and they have sulfur, phosphorus, they have metal, and they have precious stone, all boiled, because the metal can dissolve by the metal only can dissolve by the mercury. So you put the metal in, they dissolve it, and you can inject and take it. But no matter what you do, there's still some poison there. So when they take it in, it's like you taking poison. And boom, the body producing a fighting effect, and it stimulates a death hormone on the top of the head. And that is the DMT. So the DMT people experience when they go to water, they drown. And that is the time the DMT is producing the person, and you see things. And the soul spirit, they run out, and you see vision, see things, and you see so many things. So it's the same thing like magic mushroom, because it's half poison and not very poison. The yellow mushroom is magic because it don't kill you right away, but it makes you close to death, and it stimulates the DMT. So you are use up the DMT that's stored in the moment of death, right on the pineal gland. So we call the death hormone. So that hormone, they trigger out the 5-MeO. You see color, see vision. You walk through the wall.
It's the 5-MeO DMT.
5-MeO, yeah. And the DMT make you feel like you're separation.
Okay.
The soul spirit go out.
You know a lot about psychedelics.
Oh yes, because my study and my expertise is I do all these things many years. Yeah.
Okay.
In the website this is very, and we compare to them why. So now
you experiment with magic mushrooms?
No,
no,
I don't want, because my master want me that the Tao go to so long, and this one is don't lead you to one way, because it's many thousand years we already gone through this.
Okay.
And finally they said no, we have to return back to internal pure.
So you want to connect with your internal DMT source.
DMT sources.
Okay. Which is produced in human beings.
But in the dark room, you producing it. You're not draining it. That is the whole key. So now...
And the masters used to go through this dark room as part of their training.
Right.
And that's why you got the idea to teach other people to do this. All right, and how does it work? How long do you need to be in the dark?
1 week. Totally dark.
Totally dark.
Everything is in the dark room. But the whole key, you have to understand that when we have two things. When you go to sleep at night, cover your eye and put the earplug. So dark. So when you dark, the body producing melatonin. But when in the morning, the melatonin you're producing at night, it turns to serotonin. So day and night light is finished. But when you go in the dark, and you calm your mind and not speak and calm everything down in the dark, now the body producing more melatonin. 5 milligram, 10 milligram, 25 milligram. When the melatonin producing 25 milligram, now it have enough to produce it, because it's the same chain. It's exactly the same chain, it's the melatonin. So when it's 25, it's split into 5-MeO. So now you see, you're standing there, you're sitting there. After second day, or the third day, you have enough melatonin, because you when light comes, it convert the melatonin to serotonin.
Okay.
So when you have not converted to serotonin, you have enough, it's producing 5-MeO. And you see light, see color, see vision, see many, or see past life. Okay.
Very strong 5-MeO.
Right, very strong. And now when the 5-MeO finish, when you have more 5-MeO, now the 5-MeO have enough, it turn to DMT. And now you're sitting there, you feel, hey, something gonna get out of your body. And that is what we call the soul and spirit want to leave the body. So now we have to control them. We have to control them, because if you don't so we practice in the first, second, and third, and fourth, and fifth level. You try to control, feed them, feed the.
We are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
The question is, if we are so able to be healthy and young, why do we get sick? One of the most important reasons is stress. I will now show you how stress works using cells and then people. So I put cells in a petri dish and I split the group into two sets. In one set, I put nutrients in front of the cells. The other, I put toxins in front of the cell. I put them back in the incubator, and I come back later and take them out. Where do you think the cells are in each experiment? When you come back, when nutrients are in the dish, the cells move toward the signals as positive growth signals. But when toxins are in the dish, the cells move away from the threatening negative signals. So when the cell sees something that gives growth, they move to the signal with their arms open to take it in. But if the cells see toxins, then what they do is they move away from the signal and close themselves down. Cells cannot be open and closed at the same time. Cells cannot move forwards and backwards at the same time. The conclusion, cells can be in growth or they can be in protection, but they can't be in both at the same time. So in summary, cells move to positive signals when they're in growth. They're attracted to positive signals. And cells will move away from negative signals. They'll be repulsed, but they're in protection. But there are signals that are neither positive or negative. I call them elevator music. When you get in the elevator, you don't dance, but you don't get sick. But the same thing happens in humans. The mind will perceive the environment, and if it sees what it believes to be threatening, it will send a signal to the cells telling them that the environment is not supporting. And the system is called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. The hypothalamus is the part of the brain that interprets the perception. When the hypothalamus sees stress, it wants to tell the whole body something is going on. So it sends a signal to the pituitary gland, which is called the master gland. And that gland sends signals to 50 trillion cells. But if it's a threat, it will send the signals to the adrenal glands, and the common understanding of the adrenal glands is fight or flight. Then the adrenal glands release stress hormones to the body. And the first thing the stress hormones do, and I'll make a quote from physiology textbook. The stress hormones cause the blood to preferentially go to the arms and legs. And why the preference for arms and legs? So you can run or fight. If the blood is preferentially going to the arms and legs, where was the blood before it was going to the arms and legs? It was in the viscera. And what's the function of the viscera? Growth, health, maintenance. Okay, so then logic. If the blood leaves the viscera, what happens to your ability to grow and maintain yourself? It goes down, and the reason is when you're in protection, you shut off growth. So like the single cell, the whole body is in growth or protection, but not both at the same time. Now, some people think of growth from a baby to an adult, but everybody needs to grow every day. Even if you're 100 years old, you need to grow every day. And the reason is that your cells are dying every day. Billions and billions of cells, like the lining of the gut, has to be replaced every 3 days. That's why chemotherapy is very toxic, because chemotherapy kills dividing cells, whether they're cancer cells or normal cells. That's why people that are on chemotherapy have trouble with digestion, And their hair falls out and doesn't come back. Hormones in your body to direct you for fight or flight. And that is why you start to get sick when you're under stress, because you are not replacing the cells at the normal rate. Okay, now there's another important effect about stress. When the hormones go from the hypothalamus to the pituitary and then to the adrenal gland, it releases the stress hormones. As I said, the stress hormones cause the blood to go from the gut to the periphery because the hormones squeeze the blood vessels in the gut closed. And the function of the stress hormones is to take the energy of the body and get it all to run and fight. So the stress hormones will shut off the functions of things that will not be needed in fight or flight. One of the most important uses of energy in the body is the immune system. And now think of this, the logic. Let's say you have a bacterial infection and you have diarrhea, and a lion is chasing you. How much energy should you put in to fight the infection, and how much energy should you put in to run away from the lion? Forget the immune system, because if the lion eats you, then the bacteria are his problem. So the issue is this: stress hormones shut off the immune system. And the significance is every one of you right now is infected with almost all of the disease germs that humans have. Right now, if I take a blood sample, I will show you you all have viruses and bacteria and parasites. Infected, and why am I not sick? Because if your immune system is working properly, it will suppress these parasites and germs. But the moment you start to shut off the immune system, then these organisms begin to start growing again. So the idea that you catch a disease is not really true. You already have the disease. And the medical people call these germs and parasites opportunistic organisms. So if you are under stress and you shut off the immune system, then you give these organisms the opportunity to then make the disease. And yet when we get some of these diseases, we go to the medical doctor and they give us drugs to kill the germs and the bacteria. Well, this is very helpful if the disease is going very quickly. That was not the problem in the first place. The problem was stress that shut off the immune system. So to get healing is, okay, treat the disease, but also treat the stress. Okay, so now we have two problems with stress. It shuts off growth and it shuts off the immune system. There's a third problem, which I call, it's adding more stress, a third problem. When you are in fight or flight, do you think you use conscious reasoning or reflex behavior? You use reflex behavior. So very important, listen, the stress hormones, I said before, squeeze the blood vessels in the gut, causing the blood to go to the periphery. But when the stress hormones come into the body, they also go to the brain and they squeeze the blood vessels in the front of the brain where consciousness is to push more blood to the back for reflex behavior. That means when you're under stress, you are less intelligent. And for my example, I give you the people of the United States. And the reason is the government knows this. And ever since 9/11, they keep in the media, the newspaper, the television, more stress, and the result is very important. And the importance is this: since 9/11, every year, the pharmaceutical companies have made 20% more profit every year. In 5 years, 100% more profit in selling drugs. So it's important to realize that stress affects you in many different levels, but all of them result in shutting down your life. Now, the issue is, when we are in this direction in protection, we shut off growth, and that's when illness starts. So when we're on this side of the scale, protection leads to disease, and growth leads to wellness. And I said, well, what causes this disease? And the answer is stress. Now here's the problem that people do not realize. If I just remove the stress from my life, where am I on the scale? It's 0. If you want wellness, it's not just the absence of stress. You need the joy and the love to go to growth. So if you're in the middle place, you're not in real growth and real health. So stress alone is not the problem. It is what we need is more love and life and happiness.
What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. We are running.
A few days ago, a group of scientists, doctors, environmental organizers, and concerned citizens got together and they called for the urgent stop to the deployment of 5G. They said that it's been proven harmful to human bodies, that this is an experiment on humanity, and that this should be called a crime under international law.
5G is a weapon. It's used by the military. Do you know these 5G millimeter wave technologies are used to scatter crowds? They drive up in this technology when they want to scatter a cloud, and they put out these frequencies in a much higher power than 5G will be initially with us, but the same frequencies. And people scatter because they get the feeling their skin is on fire. Because the human body, including the skin, is an antenna. It interacts with frequencies and it receives and transmits information. At the cutting edge of understanding of DNA, scientists know that DNA is a receiver-transmitter of information.
I have to tell people 5G story. It's bigger than the Holocaust. It's bigger than anything you've ever heard. I'm Mark Steele. Anybody who hasn't heard me. I'm a weapons systems head-up display expert. I'm one of the leading experts in the world. I've actually broke cover in relation to this, and the reason I became an expert was because I invented 5G as a killer. Do not believe a single word I say. Not one. I want you to do your own research. You'll find it's absolutely terrifying.
There are going to be boxes broadcasting 5G, this weapon, down every street, all over the world.
What we're concerned about 5G is that it's going to require a transmitter about every 3 to 10 homes. So you're talking about a small cell tower placed in front of your home.
Because at these high frequencies you can't have...
It doesn't travel very well.
Yeah.
And people need to understand, it's 24 gigahertz to 90 gigahertz. These are not 2 feet, these are 2 inches to half an inch. And this is very dense wireless radiation hitting our bodies. What we know is that it pulses more, it's got higher frequency, more waves per second, it beats up the cells more.
Let's talk about today's technology, what we have going on today. Your phone is constantly sending electromagnetic fields in and out of each other. Whether or not you're receiving a notification right now, all of our digital tech sends this data back and forth, right, using these invisible microwave radiation signals. That's today's tech. We have every cell tower, every router constantly pulsing with radiation, whether or not you're using it. Science shows that this causes DNA damage, cancer, among other things. But don't take my word for it.
And that's just with 4G.
That's just with today's technology.
Before we get to 5G, right now you got some of it, but not that much.
Wireless radiation has biological effects, period. These effects are seen in all life forms: plants, animals, insects, microbes. In humans, we have clear evidence of cancer now. There is no question. We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure, neuropsychiatric effects. So 5G is not a conversation about whether or not these biological effects exist. They clearly do. 5G is a conversation about unsustainable health.